yes, so turn that off, game capture, turn that on, see if that catches it. Yep, that does. Perfect. Alright. We're locked out of Kano until we can get further. So it's either these two. Ha! Oh, this detective bloke. Minorkawa stood on the sidewalk, weighing his options. Jackie's phone call had thrown him for a loop. He expected her to be anxious about doing interviews, but wow, she was a real basket case. Still, that didn't change the fact that he had to have a schedule of his own to keep. Surveillance camera story had to be his top priority. Jackie would just have to find some way to fumble through things on her end. He headed on down Doganzaka, scanning his surroundings as he went. There were cameras set up on the streetlights all over the place. There were so many it was hard to believe he'd never noticed them before. One over there, just one over there, electronic eyes peering down past eyes on the high above, where they were tougher to spot. Just how were the people who came to Shibuya reacting to the situation? Hey, you there! They called out to a man riding by on a bicycle. Hey, you! Stop! Oh, that's not the button. That's it, man. You see the proprietor of the knick-knack shop in Udagawacho. Roughly 30 minutes earlier, while he was wandering along the JR tracks picking up lost and abandoned items, actually foisted off his trash onto him, and so he's in a bit of a foul mood. Since then, he's been going along on his bicycle, still picking up things on the roadside. There's a trunk on the back of his bike where he stores his finds. Okay. Huh? What's the matter? He asked. Hi, the name's Minorkawa. I'm a freelance writer. Okay. I'm just doing interviews for a magazine and I'd like to talk to you. A magazine? Which one? 4-Star General Gossip. Tanaka did his best to sound proud. Oh, well, I'm actually in a bit of a hurry here. So on, see that? He pointed at one of the nearby surveillance cameras. What? The man asked. The blip? The blimp? A massive blimp was indeed slowly overhead. Tanaka floats using the enormous envelope filled with lighter than air gas. This envelope, the balloon, is often used for corporate advertising. This particular blimp has been puttering around the skies of Shibuya since last night. That's a bit odd. No, the camera! Camera watched them both in uncaring silence. Oh, that! What about it? What do you mean, what about that? Those cameras have been installed all throughout Shibuya. They're taking in anything and everything. Privacy be damned. A shocked pallor came to the man's face. Oh, really? He might uneasily to himself. I guess I should be careful next time I go start picking stuff up. Hey, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing, just stuff. We dodged the question entirely. Anyhow, I think there are some good things about the cameras too, the man said hurriedly. Oh? Minorkawa asked, such as? Well, I mean, they must have helped catch some crooks, right? Yeah, I think you're right about that. Oh, I am? Man looked shocked to have his own statement confirmed. Are you hiding something from me? Huh? No, nothing in particular. The man shook his head firmly. Nothing at all, really. Well, whatever. In any case, even if the cameras are helping in arresting criminals, there are some places where people just don't want to be watched. What? For instance, how would you like it if someone set up a security camera inside your home? What do you mean? I'm in a burner. I might try to get into your home. If you had a security camera, you could be alerted right away. Is that kind of an extreme argument? Nope! You're making the extreme argument here! Wow, this guy needs to chill, doesn't he? What? I stared bewildered. You're saying it's okay for folks to film people around here town as much as they might like, but not to take a look inside people's houses? Yeah, I guess I am, the man mumbled. Minorkawa snorted. You don't think too deeply about things, do you? He mocked. The man huffed in indignation. I don't see the problem, he said. I mean, it's a normal enough opinion to want to bring down crime, but also protect privacy? Well, yeah, so? So if they're just going to set up cameras around town, I'm okay with that. He grinned inwardly. You're being naive, he said. Way too naive. Naive about what? By now the man was getting worked up. Once you start letting people watch you some of the time, you'll eventually let them do it more and more. That's how the world works. A simple change in the camera angle is all it'll take to steal the last trace of your privacy away. That's kind of funny coming from you. Doesn't 4-star general gossip get all of its scuttlebutt by invading the privacy of others? You got a point. Since when are you people concerned with personal privacy? What exactly? You know damn well what I mean. Have you no shame? I've got nothing to be ashamed about, I exclaim. If some celebrity scandal breaks, I write it up in the form of a top-class, socially conscious expose. That's the Minorkawa seal of quality. The man rolled his eyes, please, as if anyone's ever heard of that. Your everyday freelance reporter would say something about how security firms have no right to use cameras to disrupt public privacy. But not me, oh no! I am the only guy who'd write a first-class piece on the subject. And you want to know why? The man's only response was a doubtful look. Because privacy only exists for me to utterly demolish it! What? Try and wrap that around your head, kids. Finished with his prideful grin. That's nothing but journalistic arrogance, the man wrote. Oh yeah? Yeah, I'd rather have surveillance cameras any day if the alternative is some weird gossip piece. This time I didn't have a handy retort. An awkward silence descended over the pair. Right, I see. No man himself as he busily scrawled in his notepad. The man was visibly taken aback. Thank you for your cooperation, I said at last. You gave me some good stuff. He held up a hand to forestall an angry retort. I realise I probably got you a bit riled up. You'll have to forgive me. What? The man peered up in disbelief. This is just my interview style. Sorry, I know it's a little unorthodox. A little unorthodox? I'm pretty certain some places in Japan you get arrested for that. But you're a weirdo, you know that? The man said. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Michael laughed. So can I go now? Sure, I'll call you as Passerby A in my article. Sure, whatever, the man muttered. He sped off on his bicycle. I don't blame him. Okay, now I had some material for a surveillance camera piece. He wanted to organise what he'd managed to put together so far. He decided to head towards his next interview location, keeping an eye out for the cafe where he would stop to work on his copy. Eddie used the project proposal to guide him. It was hard to read the words and make out the details, but it looked like the Nokane building where the Burning Hammer demo was being held was just down the centre guy. There was no indication on which floor the event would be held on, however. That made him a little anxious, but he'd probably be able to find someone to point him in the right direction once he got to the building. Uh-oh. Spell the cafe up ahead. Collab Care. Coffee, please! He shouted as he strode inside. He slumped down in an open chair. Hopefully he'd be able to hold up in here until 1 o'clock working on his article. If he couldn't have it done by then, finishing the whole issue by the end of the day would be a tall order. He pulled a cigarette from his overcoat as he waited for his computer to boot up. Having a smoke was Minorkawa's little trigger for going into writing mode. I think I know what that is. Instead of being in a mood to write some text, as Minorkawa goes about his job, he switches between writing mode, interview mode, food mode, and sleep mode. When busy, he was sometimes going into writing mode and food mode at the same time, sometimes even straying into sleep mode in the midst of the food mode. When he's even busier, he'll eat and write mid-interview while nodding off. This is also known as ultimate mode. Well, the writing mode I can understand myself, but I mean, fucking hell. Still zooming at his mouth and lit up. But the first heavy draw of the smoke, he felt his mind focus. 7 months total of breaking new ground. Indeed, Geek. How are you doing? And thanks for the carrying on subscription. The idea of the article came to his head nearly fully formed. All he had to do now was get it all written down. Finally, his laptop finished booting. Took you long enough, pal, he muttered to the computer. This guy is so intense. Alright, well, good work then. His hands leapt to the keyboard like a predator pursuing his prey. That's exactly how I write, actually. I often go really fast as well, when I'm in that kind of mindset. In that moment, he hit his stride. His fingers clacked away, one by one, lines of text filling up his screen. Rachel stood up beside him. Excuse me, sir? I was in writing mode. He didn't even hear her. Sir, I beg your pardon. Giving a step to the waitress attempts to get his attention. Sir, excuse me, and Rachel smacked the table. Quiet, Minorkawa. He slammed the table right back. Don't interrupt me when I'm working. Not if you know what's good for you. Whoa! Rachel didn't so much as flinch. She leaned aggressively, getting right in his face. Hacker's voice. I'm in. My employee at Co-Labo Cafe. While appearing cute and demure at first glance, she's quite strong-willed and frightening when angry. Oh god. She works nights at a place called the Scolding Pub, where customers rent private rooms in which they are scolded at length by attractive girls. If there's a fetish for it, you'll make money off it, I guess. One middle-aged businessman once told her, "Your face looks simply marvellous when you're angry." Sir, I hate to bother you, but I have to ask you to please refrain from smoking. Oh, Blade. Huh? This is a non-smoking establishment, sir. No smoking? He asked, a cigarette bobbing in his mouth as he spoke. He just pointed sharply at the sign on the wall. Yeah, that's a no smoking sign. The words no smoking was spelt out clear as day. Yeah, even in English. So, I mean, he's got no excuse. As if anyone was pleased not to smoke, so the other customers can fully enjoy the aroma of their coffee, which just drew herself up in arrogant triumph. A woman sitting on the table next made a face as she tried to fan the smoke away with her hands. Customers all around the shop were glaring at him. You guys know the first thing about the aroma of coffee. Chris scoffed. The scent of coffee only truly comes to life amidst the choking stench of tobacco smoke. The fuck is he talking about? The waitress's only response was to jab her finger again. But this time she didn't point to the sign, she pointed at the door. Sir, if you're going to smoke, please take it outside. Sometime later, sitting inside the cafe, Lutrick, Minorkawa lit up his third cigarette. At least a safe refuge. It had taken him quite some time to find a place that allowed smoking after he got kicked out of the first cafe. In recent years, many cafes and restaurants have phased out the concept of the smoking section in favour of prohibited smoking across the board. This makes a place like Lutrick especially important to smokers, There are large air vents to the ceiling to help keep the interior more agreeable for those who don't smoke. Yeah, that doesn't help that much. Considering not all of the carcinogens you can see and can be taken out with the fucking vents. Now he was in a rush to make up for lost time. Oh no, actually, when there was a thing in the UK for a while, we had like a non-smoking and a smoking area, and it's like the areas are fucking next to each other. How the hell are you going to stop the carcinogens coming from one area to the other area? The answer was they didn't. The answer was these were old like restaurants we were in I remember being in as well. They didn't have any ventilation or, I mean, hell, air conditioning is something that's a rare thing in this country, especially for older buildings. So the idea that you could have a non-smoking area next to a smoking area was ridiculous. Anyway, rushed to make up for lost time. His fingers flew over the keyboard at lightning speed. The more he wrote, the harder he focused. Again, I can understand that when I get into the writing thing. I need to spend some time to do that at some point. At this rate, he'd have the story wrapped up in no time. Today, you hear me? The voice he drew was suddenly on his win, as one of the other customers was shouting, "You're breaking up with that fellow today!" Minorkawa's fingers drifted to a halt. He looked around to see where the voice had come from. An older man, red in the face, was shouting at a young woman who sat across from him. "Please, Dad," the woman pleaded. "Stop, you're making a scene." "Ah, father and daughter, then." It was rare nowadays to see a father behave so imperiously towards his own daughter. Just how sheltered had he been trying to keep her? I couldn't see her face, but from where he was sitting, but his interest was piqued. Is this entire game just reading? A lot of it is, but it's also these weird decisions, and it's got a interesting path. I mean, you can say the same thing about any visual novel game, couldn't you? You can say a thing about most visual games. Spy the girl and asshole father. I don't think so, but let's go for it anyway, just to see the reaction, because I'm pretty certain he is the reason why we've kind of fucked up the timeline. Should we move closer, take a seat? Gathering up a laptop, and we're going to switch to a different table. "I don't care if I'm making a scene," the old man said. "I'm not leaving until I see you cut ties with that boy. Do you understand?" "I understand you're never happy unless you get your way. You're acting like a... you're acting a small child." "Don't talk back to me. You don't understand your own situation. You're letting your emotions cloud your judgment without putting any thought into your future." "No, Dad, you're the one who doesn't understand." The father-daughter argument was getting more and more heated. Dad was clearly furious. I shifted closer, curious to see what might happen next. Then he saw the daughter's face and gasped, "Oh, here we go." Because earlier there was, in the other timeline, it stopped because the father and daughter here left this place because of a thug. No, a hooligan. And I'm guessing he's going to be a hooligan because of the way he fucking talks, I swear. "Oh, hey, I know you! You're on TV, right?" Father scowled up at him. "You must be mistaken," he said gruffly. "No, I'm sure of it." "God, what show am I thinking of?" The woman seemed disconcerted by his enthusiasm. Who was she? He called out the waitress who was passing by. "Hey, miss, do you know this gal? She's an actress, right? It's right on the top of tip of my tongue." Rachel ignored him and was undeterred. I know this. Weren't you in one of those TV dramas or something?" Well, I was probably thinking of a series starring Masami Nakahara, possibly Operation Killikos, The Last Frenchman, Touched by a Tuna. What? Or Sailor Moon Pies? Oh, Sandy needs to see that. Sailor Moon Pies. All of which received higher viewer ratings and are fondly remembered in the public consciousness. Why would Sailor Moon Pies be? Never mind. Right, we're leaving, Father grumbled. He rose up in the seat, radiating aggravation. Huh? The young woman said, but not waiting for her to hear the direction, he grabbed her by the hand and stormed out the cafe. Hey, hold on! He squawked. His feet fell on deaf ears. All he could do was watch them go, then shuffle back to the seat in disappointment. Damn it, what was her name? I should have asked her autograph. Only went back to typing. So anyone loves Sailor Moon pies? Yeah, probably, yeah. But I'm pretty certain doing that has fucked everything up. What's that? A strange beeping broke me out of his writing over here. Upon looking up in confusion, he found his attention drawn to a young woman on another table. And then one of these. Oh, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that. She finished with a broad grin. Let me just repeat you. Oh no, really? She's here. She's meant to be out looking for that fucking truck. Let's see that. Let me repeat your order back to you. 1 Japanese-style beef patty, 1 spicy fish roe spaghetti, 1 chicken casserole, 1 French onion soup, 1 fruit parfait, 1 chocolate parfait, and 1 deluxe chocolate parfait. Fuck me. The Sailor Moon Pies is a good porno name. Yeah, Sailor Moon Pies does sound like a porno. Would that be all up? Yeah, the way it's actually anxiously awaiting confirmation. Oh god. Senior student in the Midori Academy Law School, she was hassled by a pair of hustlers on her way to work and showed up 5 minutes late for a shift. The manager told her that those 5 minutes were coming out of her pay, so she's a bit irritated right now. Oof. You forgot the large caramel shake. The customer was a full-figured young woman ensconced at the nearby table. Oh, my apologies. We just quickly jotted down the addition of the order. That'll do it for now, the young woman said. For now? Yikes. She's actually planning on ordering more after that? Marveling at his display of appetite, Minorkawa went back to typing. Now what? Is that a bomb? It had a strange beeping sound again. Suddenly different than the first time. And this time it was closer. Seriously, what the heck is that? And he focused on the article. Immersed himself in the writing again. And then he went kablooey, I'm guessing. There's a bomb in his pants. I hope not. Before long he stopped worrying about the curious sound. And then we guess, kaboom! Some young woman set about devouring all the food she had ordered despite the strange look she was getting. Now that was an appetite to be reckoned with. It took her under 3 minutes to polish the lot off. Fuck me. Under 3 minutes to completely wipe out all those meals that, for a lot of people, would be 1 meal. Christ. Then, looking not at least a bit sated, she picks up the menu back up. Was she seriously going to order more? I was starting to take an interest in this young lady. There might be a story here. He conjured up a series of headlines in his mind. Woman in hair was 30,000 calories in 3 minutes. This is equivalent to 100 pieces of shortcake, 300 glasses of milk, or enough steak and rice to feed about 30 people. Fucking hell. No, he needed something more punch. Food for thought, an expose on obesity. No, that's not good. He wasn't writing a fashion magazine here. A gourmet day in Shibuya. That was it. He'd be able to whip something up if he went with the foodie angle. Well, I got up from his seat. That's pretty impressive, he said, the hungry diner. You always eat that much? The young woman glared back at him. Not always, she said. Suddenly, tension filled the air. Oops, was that way too blunt of me? Yes, it was. I mean, she is a young lady, after all. Maybe I should change up my approach. Who the heck are you, anyway? She asked. I'm a freelance writer. I was hoping I could do an interview with you, real quick. You want to interview me? The suspicion was playing on her face. I do! I mean, girls all over the world worry about their diets, right? I hear that, yeah. So would you be willing to share your secret or your technique or whatever for how you eat without gaining fat? What, me? Sure, I mean, look at the figure you're maintaining despite eating all this food. Oh god, she's happy about that. The owner's expression brightened up. Oh, you notice that's actually a lot that goes into it all. Yeah? The basic thing, though, is to eat 10 meals a day. Ryoda struggled to keep his jaw from dropping. 10 meals a day? She flashed him a chubby-cheeked grin. You don't know how diets work, do ya? She chuckled. Eating only 1 or 2 meals a day, that's what'll make you fat. You gotta space your food out into smaller portions throughout the day. That's the fundamentals of dieting right there. Right, but what happened to the smaller portions part? Minorkawa had to bite his tongue. Ah, I see, he said. Any other pro-diet tips you could share? Well, for the basics, I'd say always drink protein instead of tea, yeah? Drink protein all day? Seriously? Once again, it took all of Minorkawa's willpower to keep his thoughts to himself. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's this stuff called Burning Hammer too, but she turned off a little wince. Wait, they perked up. Did you just say Burning Hammer? Oh, you know it. I've heard of it anyway, he replied. He decided he'd better off keeping his plans to head to the sales demo a secret. There's a sales demo later on if you're interested, said as she were reading his thoughts. Though, full disclosure, I am working for them right now. There was a more detailed map for the venue included. What a stroke of luck! Now we didn't have to rely on the crummy map in the project proposal anymore. He'd have no trouble finding the venue with the building's various floors all broken down for him. Actually, I gotta go back to work. I mean, get back to work? She's meant to be chasing... Oh, fuck. She's meant to be chasing after that bloody, thing that escaped. Never mention getting fat to a girl. That's generally a good idea, never mention that. But it somehow worked for him. Because this is, 428 Shibuya. Woohoo! The stabbies fall. Also, I like the funky track to this game. It's so weird. I feel like Starsky and Hutch are gonna walk in at any moment. Get 3 kills, okay. It should be easy enough after last time. Sure, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to head back and finish my copy there. I left the cafe and I went back to his laptop. He'd gotten some new information on the Burning Hammer sales demo, but he'd also lost some more time. Surveillance camera piece still wasn't finished. was going to be a near thing to get it done before the sales dinner started. Yet, instead of returning to his writing, he got out a cell phone. What if Toyama had gotten another of his crazy ideas? If he'd tried to hang himself again, the thought had Minorkawa too worried to work on his copy. Right, so those were some picked up. It's Toyama, where are you right now? You ask, right now? I'm on the run, somewhere near Shoto. Upscale residential district. Despite being smack dab in the middle of the city, it's a quiet neighborhood, rife with greenery. The residence of the former governor of Tokyo is here, built on a massive 2,200 square meter plot of land. There's a shady hotel district a short walk to the south, making for quite the juxtaposition. That's probably where he's heading, isn't he? Some sort of shady hotel. Someone was speaking in an oddly hushed tone. Shoto? After you left the office, some guys came by to collect all my debts, so I made a run for it. Okay, so he wasn't dead, but the situation was still pretty bad. Look, we'll get you through this somehow, Raven said, hoping it was true. Keep me down and stay out of trouble. There we are. Yeah, keep your head down. Stay out of trouble. Stay where you are. Stay where you are now. Stay where I am? But what am I supposed to do? His voice dropped in and out, like it sounded like he was moving quickly. Find some place to hide and just lay low for a while, Minorkawa told him. Alright, he said weakly and hung up. Minorkawa let out a deep sigh, then turned back to his laptop. Doom! Keep out. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we fucked over the investigator with that. Osawa! The rain won't let up. No matter how much time passes, it just won't stop. Ever since that day, the sound of raindrops has been burned into my mind. Such an awful, heart-rending sound, driving me to strip my life down to the shadows. And yet, no matter what else I abandon, nothing will make the sound of the rain stop. King Solomon's Piers. I saw a stare at the postcard that was nestled in the final page of the photo album. He purchased it 2 years earlier while on a trip with Maria to the Middle East. Originally used to indicate Iran, Afghanistan, and the regions surrounding them, in modern times the term refers to part of the southwestern Asia, including India and Afghanistan, and a section of northeast Africa along the Mediterranean coast. However, in Japan, as well as the US, the term Middle East is often understood to refer specifically to those parts of the region with a strong Islamic influence. He mentioned that he was being sent there on business, and Maria had just blurted out, "I want to go with you." She'd recently developed an interest in the Middle East conflict, and apparently she had been yearning to see the area firsthand. The ongoing friction in the Palestinian region between the Jewish people who founded the nation of Israel and the Arabs who had been living there previously, the religious and historical context of the cultural clashes, well beyond the scope of what can be elucidated here. That's true. There's so much you could just talk about the past and everything. You'd be here all day. So his newfound curiosity had taken him back. She'd always tended to be quiet and self-contained. Clumsy conversations aboard the airplane, the meals eaten together in awkward silence, it all felt like such distant memory to Osawa now. "Ma'am, I'm afraid I can't let you do that." He heard Kichiwa's voice outside the door. "Why ever not? I'm just going out for a bit." Instead of arguing with I. Great. And just Who and just who was it who told me I shouldn't try to go about my life as normal, So his wife sneered. Ma'am, please, How would you feel about being told to just sit around and wait? His angry shriek jerked Osawa to his feet. He hurried from the study to try to calm her down. Yeah, good luck with that. Ma'am, please! But by the time Osawa had made his way downstairs, his wife had already stormed outside, despite Kenshira's attempt to stop her. So I doubted anything he could have said would have stopped Ai from leaving. Trying to physically keep her from going out would also have made an even worse uproar. He was glad that at least it hadn't come to that. He was turning to head back to the study when Kichiro caught his eye. Resigned, he headed down the stairs and bowed to the detective. The hell? Interesting imagery. Any idea where she's going? Could you ask? I mean, at a time like this? And so I shook his head. I wouldn't know. I don't think so. You know, your wife really is something else. So I arched an eyebrow. That's one way to describe her. A rather rude way, as a matter of fact. Oh, no offense intended. It's just that ever since this case started, you've both been holed up in your own respective rooms. The more Kichiro spoke, the more irritated Osawa became. What's your point? He demanded. I just mean, you haven't been having any, marital discourse. According to one survey, roughly 6% of households discourse between spouses is largely non-existent. Various reasons for this were offered by couples in the question. Many claimed they were too tired to have the energy to talk, or stated we wind up fighting when we talk, or we have nothing to talk about. Fucking hell. Mind your business, so I snapped. Kichiro dipped his head differently. The two of us not talking isn't a new thing anyhow, he added. I have a policy of not having pointless conversations. Oh god. It's quite common for Kenji Osawa to make it through an entire day without having a single conversation. On many days, he opens his mouth only to eat and brush his teeth. His current record is a streak of 14 consecutive days, during which he didn't talk to anyone. Fuck me. Huh? Didn't look as though Kichiro quite understood. Microorganisms such as viruses don't have conversations, and yet still they continually propagate in order to survive. Well, that's how they how they evolved. Thinking about viruses, as I was back in the familiar territory, he felt a surge of confidence. Once you have a clear purpose, conversation is unnecessary. And do you have a clear purpose for the relationship with your wife, Mr. Osawa? Of course I do. To be a family. Arms crossed, Kenny struck a thoughtful pose. I guess I've learned one useful thing today, Mr. Osawa. Namely that you don't like to have pointless conversations. It's a good thing to know. Kichiro uncrossed his arms for a moment, then crossed them right back again, furrowing his brow. But see, that's funny. You seem to have a tendency to have pointless conversations with me, and because you keep coming to talk to me. So I saw red. You don't leave me much of a choice. Tanaka poked his head out of the living room. Is something the matter, he asked? Oh no. I'm sorry, I struggled to regain his calm. Perfect timing, actually. There's something I need to talk to you about. He turned back to Kichiro. My apologies, Detective, but would you mind giving us some privacy? Kichiro didn't move. Detective? So I gave the policeman a hard look and saw him crack a smile. Yes? What is it? Kichiro said at last. Don't you play dumb with me. Give us some privacy. Is this a discussion I shouldn't overhear? Actually, yes, it's work-related. There are business matters I'd prefer to keep confidential. Ah, I see. Without only getting to his feet, Kichiwa slipped away into the living room. Tanaka, sorry again. About those emails. He stopped abruptly. Fucking hell! You had reappeared in the living room door, staring right at them. What are you doing? So I demanded. That's what I would demand as well. Like, what the hell are you doing? We said private conversation. There you are, just like hiding behind the door like a fucking child. Oh, should I not be watching? So I felt like he was about to burst a blood vessel. I mean, you never told me that I couldn't watch. Because it should be obvious. Detector made a scolded puppy face, then closed the living room door. So let a heavy sigh. He'd never been an extrovert, but he didn't recall human interaction being quite this draining. It generally is. It depends. Anyway, sir, Tanaka prompted. You were saying? Yes, about those emails. Something doesn't make sense. I don't understand how Mr. Makino was able to get the antiviral agent to anyone on the outside. Sharing on an Okishiro Pharmaceuticals drug with external sources while it was still under development required the approval of an executive committee that included Osawa himself. There should have been no way the antiviral could be sent out without his knowledge. I'm going to hesitate for a few minutes before responding. Are you aware of the strife between the company president and the chairman? Osawa shook his head. He was a researcher through and through. Factual rivalries held no interest for him whatsoever. Makino effectively leads the chairman's team, and the antiviral agent is their pet project. Despite being the executive officer in charge of the project, however, Makino still needs the president's approval to... You know what? Forget about that right now. What do we do about security? In theory, it was physically impossible to get the antiviral out of the lab without detection. Entry to the biohazard laboratory where it was kept required fingerprint authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka. Technology that allows an individual's identity verified by scanning fingerprints. Well, it is one element of biometrics, the measurement of physical characteristics to identify individuals. There are even devices that can identify people by checking the veins, the palms of their hands, and the irises in their eyes. Ooh, cool and sci-fi. Oh, two of them then. Nobody could even get into the storage facility. Because the dangerous virus is also stored here. The lab where the antiviral is kept is protected by an ID checkpoint, as well as a sophisticated 3-tier lock system that requires fingerprint authentication. Multiple security guards are also posted outside the laboratory entrance 24 hours a day, making it all but impossible for an unauthorized person to get into the secured storage area. Yeah, well, someone must have, because how the fuck did that happen? Tanaka followed his drift. Ah, yes, I see what you mean. He inclined his head in thought as Osawa continued. Could someone have a... Let's see. Someone in the fingerprint authentication program. Let's check the entry logs to the storage section. We'll just have to ask Makino in person. Let's check the entry logs to the storage section. Anyone who wanted to get inside had to present their ID card to the security guard on duty. It should be possible to check the computer logs to see if there had been any suspicious activity in the system. Tanaka shook his head. I already checked the logs, sir. There was no evidence of anything suspicious. You're going to check for yourself, though, if you're that worried. No, I believe you. Yet the fact that the antiviral had been used for the clinical testing, either Makino had taken it from the laboratory personally, or someone working on his orders had done so. But how? Was there really some way they could have bypassed lab security without anyone else knowing? So I couldn't think how it would be possible. The room door opened with a soft crack, with a soft creak. It was Kejigawa, and he looked stiff and pale. Something terrible has happened, he said. Visions of tragedy flood Osawa's mind. Maria, is she? Kejigawa shook his head. No, it's not that. What is it then? Osawa asked, his voice trembling. Sir, I need you to stay calm. Osawa swallowed a lump in his throat. You see, the toilet's clogged. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. You have us right at the edge of our seats, and then you're like, you see, the toilet's clogged. Dickhead. I would fucking snap at that point and throttle the bastard, police officer or no. Plunge in hand, so I was swabbed vigorously at the recalcitrine toilet bowl, struggling to loosen the unseen blockage. Oh god. Clean to him, soft hemispherical rubber section cup. I touched the end of the dowel. Apply a suction process. Yes, I know. Makes a variety of sounds when used, such as glob, glork, schlork, schlop, schloop, and pop. Right, thank you, game. I really wanted to know that it made a variety of sounds, such as glob, glork, schlock, schlop, schloop, and pop. Oh, this game sometimes, I swear. He was at this aside, wiping at the floor with a rag. How did this even happen? The detective groaned. Are you kidding? I was hoping you could tell me that. Pleasure sucked and slurped at the porcelain basin. This was a first for Osawa. He'd never tried to unclog a toilet before in his life. Think of it as a blessing in disguise, Mr. Osawa. What the hell are you talking about? What about this constitutes a blessing? I just mean that at least this happened before you needed to, do your business. A slight hint of guile on his face, Kajua picked up his bucket and headed for the sink back in the washing area. Grumbling to himself, Osawa pumped and plunged over and over again. This was almost funny. Almost ridiculous, in fact. His daughter had been kidnapped, and he was stuck unclogging a toilet. He was quite possibly caught up in a major corporate conspiracy, and here he was, unclogging a toilet. Tanaka poked his head in the bathroom. Did you fix it yet? If you need to urinate, then use the restroom on the second floor. That's alright, here's fine. Tanaka stepped in beside him and abruptly shut the bathroom door. Now the two men were crammed together in a narrow lavatory. Oh god. Oh, help! Hey! Osawa hissed. What the hell are you doing? Tanaka made eye contact with Osawa via the mirror. He spoke in a hushed voice. I've been waiting for a moment I could get you alone. What? Diana sidled round and faced him, giving him an intense stare. Sir, could you please be quiet for a moment? Tanaka had tears in the corners of his eyes. This will only take a moment. Osawa could feel the warm breath of his deputy whispering against his cheek. Tanaka reached for something inside his coat. Let's attack it with the plunger, see what happens. Hey, come on, knock off! So I lifted the plunger like a weapon. Quiet, Tanaka tried it again, taking out a cell phone. Here, take a look at this. Huh? So I could never have anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen. Keep out! Balls. Right. Currently with Kano, we get to the bad end because of, I'm pretty certain because of this choice. No, that choice, that's the one. I think, yeah, that's the end with Tama and Minorkawa. That's it, peculiar adult and father. Let's change to him focusing on writing instead. Nope. I remember there was a button to speed forward this thing, but I can't remember what it was now. Oh, you need to finish this article. You need to finish the article. Besides, the young woman looked like her father. He'd just as soon pass. Nico went back to his typing. After a few minutes, re-established his writing groove, with the two still bickering across the room. But thankfully, he soon regained his focus. What's that? Strange sound. Focus on confusing attention drawing on the other table. Right, now that I've done that other choice, let's see what happens. Oh, it looks like it's changed. Nice. Now that I've done it where I don't interrupt them. No matter the way time I put life in line to rescue a bunch of strangers, made Kano feel all the more raw about just tailing these syndicate members. Then the Chris just wander around, wasn't going to bring Maria Asara to safety. Of that, Kano was now certain. Shoot, it's bleeding pretty bad, he had someone say behind him. What the hell? I saw two young men carrying another along. There was a towel wrapped tightly around the third's head. Hey, what happened? Kano asked. Shut your mouth! Coat. Can the attitude, he's trying to help, another voice cut in. It was Sasayama. Sasayama's weird costumes, honestly. Had he finished dealing with the girl by the station then? What happened to your friend? Out of my way, man. I ain't afraid to kick your ass. Look, cut the crap and let me take a quick look. So yeah, I'm at the tire around the man's head. Ooh, that's nasty. Young man was a little more than a kid. His head was soaked red with blood. He appeared to be unconscious. But they were in the middle of the job. They should probably call Juvenile Affairs. They were in the middle of the job, but they couldn't just leave him like this. They should probably have taken him to the hospital. Juvenile Affairs. They were leaving like this, but they were in the middle of the job. They should probably call Juvenile Affairs. Part of the communal safety section, which handles crimes pertaining to public decency, finances, pollution, and so on. Juvenile Affairs deals with misconduct and criminal activity involving minors. Since many SOS members are underage, Shibuya Precinct's Juvenile Affairs Division has been ramping up its efforts to deal with the gang. Although one detective in particular has been using this as an excuse to go on patrol at arcades, doing his duties in order to fuel his video game addiction. He didn't have a cell phone, so he called the precinct, but Sasayama stopped him and then showed the two youngsters a badge. "Oh crap, you're a cop?" Sasayama nodded. "Who are you kids with? Bamfs? What?" Shibuya's number 2 gang, its leader Akari, has gathered up some big mean dudes in an attempt to make Shibuya his turf. The gang's leadership is inferior to that of SOS, but on an individual level, its members tend to be stronger in a fight. Word is that the rise of BAMFs is one of the reasons SOS has been growing more combative recently. SOS? SOS, I mean, one of the young men after some hesitation. "Who attacked you?" "Yo, it ain't like that." "What was it like then? Infighting?" The young man was silent. Sasayama must have been right on the mark. In the course of police duties, Kano picked up on a fair amount of street gossip from the young people in Shibuya. Lately, the scuttlebutt about the legendary SOS gang was that they were dealing with some internal strife. "Look, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I get it. There's a hospital just down that way. Hurry up and get him there." The young man batted off Sasayama's offered hand, then quickly hauled his friend away. "Sounds like SOS is on the verge of breaking up with all this infighting, huh?" Kano asked. He kept his eyes on the young men as they headed off. "Yeah, it seems like it's been pretty rough. You know, what with the original leader leaving and all? Because in the Juvenile Affairs, we're well acquainted with SOS's original leader. That would be Achiando. Initially, SOS was nothing more than a small group of like-minded young people who hung out together, but as his membership grew, the general public began referring to the group as a gang. Word has it that back then Achi was in charge. Gang members never started any conflicts themselves, but simply responded in kind when others brought fights their way." Yeah, that seems about right. Sort of like something out of some after-school special. It tells of them taking down gangs who sold drugs to kids, or breaking into Yakuza front offices to save their friends. Detectives of the Juvenile Affairs took these stories with a grain of salt, but if there really were young people like that out there, can I hope to meet them someday? Well, if you're all connected in the timeline, then you probably will. Tailors had to hurry to catch up with the man they were tailing. He was still strolling along, seemingly in no particular hurry. They kept him in sight. As he crossed another pedestrian overpass and circled back around. "Still following the same MO, huh?" Sasayama grumbled. "I guess so," Kano said. "How'd things go with the girl?" Sasayama wanted to take his eyes off the mark as they talked. "You're right. She's not part of this. Just one of those street evangelists or something." "Oh yeah?" "Yeah, she kept asking me, 'But are you really happy with your life?' Wigged me out. I bailed out of there quick. I can't blame him." "So, Sasayama, I'm thinking the attaché case is going to get handled off again any moment now." "Huh?" Sasayama appeared at the mark who was scanning the plaza he just entered, apparently looking for someone. "I take one side, you take the other?" Kano suggested. Sasayama's eyes went wide, because he knew that stabby was about to occur. And this is a perfect sort of sound to go with it as well. No, kind of. It's a dramatic sound. Oh, fuck. Drop it. God damn mouse. Stabby. Dabby stab, dab, dabby stabby stab. Stab, dab, 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 dabby stab. Stabby, stabby stab. Yeah, well, I definitely got the thing for killing at least one person, because my rogues killed about several now. Stabby stab, stab. About 18, ooh. Stabby stab, stabby stab. Stabby stab, stabby stab, stabby stab. Stabby stab, stabby stab, stabby stab. Very nice, everyone. Oh, Geek is still at the top though. I said this music is intense at times. Oh, it's as intense as that guy, the freelance writer who seems to think that acting the way he does is perfectly fine. Thanks for helping out. Extra 25 gold. Oh, I was going to place busters. Never mind. Okay, they didn't place any because they take ages to fucking regenerate. Ooh. God, that's a nasty smelling one. Yeah. Get 5 minutes level 30. Oh, that'll happen eventually, I'm sure. Anyway. Oh shit, no, there we go. Say what now? That way we apprehend both perps involved with handoff. Sasayama didn't reply. Look, HQ was the thing about the hostage's safety, Kero said. But that needs to take priority here. Zero's face took on a rare solemnity. Disobeying direct order is not something to do lightly. Most behavior is governed by the Local Police Service Act. Article 32 states that a detective is to faithfully follow the orders of his superiors in the course of his duties. Violating this is punishable by a warning, reduction in pay, suspension from duty, or dismissal. In the event of a warning, not only is the individual expected to submit a formal letter of apology, but pay rises may be delayed or performance bonuses cut. Ooh, yikes. Then, after a moment, he added, "But I'm not on board. I'm sick of all this wandering around anyway." "That's the Sasayama I know," Ken replied with a chuckle. Sasayama gave him a silent thumbs up. Two took a position on the opposite sides of the plaza. Keno called up Sasayama from his cell phone. "You ready?" he asked. "Just get the word." There were only 2 non-Japanese people in the nearby crowd. Both were eyeing their surroundings all anxiously. Keno was certain the handoff was about to take place. And then... Well, if it isn't Mr. Toyama! Keno's ears perked up with the sound of an aggressive greeting, the voice dripping with feigned cheer. He whirled around to see 2 rough-looking young men confronting a father and his daughter. Oh, God. He shouldn't have... He shouldn't have been wandering around, should he? The older man looked pained. "Please, just hold on," he said. "I thought we agreed on 4 o'clock. The young man snarled. "Don't you try and play dumb with us, buddy." "It's not like that, I swear. My girl was just hungry, so I just stepped out to..." "Yeah? How come you didn't just order delivery, huh?" Yes, right, I suppose that would work too. "Don't you ha me, man." He'll watch the argument uneasily. The stranger's altercation put him in a bit of a spot. The crook he was tailing probably wouldn't risk handing off the case with an uproar like this going on. "What's going on over here?" Sasayama asked. "I'm not sure," Ken replied. "Looks like some kind of argument. Suspects are going to get worried on us. It's going to screw up the whole handoff." "Yeah, I know. So do something about it and get over here," Sasayama said. "What?" Find some way to shut them up and then get over here. Sure, alright. Kano headed towards the argument. It was only halfway there when Sasayama called again. He sounded panicked. Hey, Kano! He made a run for it. Huh? Oh crap! The man they've been tailing vanished in the brief time Kano had taken his eyes off him. Wait up! Kano shouted. Sasayama was racing after the suspect and Kano rushed to join him. The man was surprisingly quick, however, and neither detective managed to catch up. In fact, they soon lost sight of him amidst the teeming crowds. Frantically, they dashed through the streets as fast as hard as they could. We lost him, Sasayama. Damn it! He stamped his foot on the asphalt in disgust. Director Coos? Kano gasped over the wireless. I'm sorry, but we lost the man with the attaché case. There was a heavy sigh on the other end of the line. Kano braced himself. He wasn't going to be able to weasel his way out of this one with just a "I'll do better next time." Hey, Adapter, what are you doing? And thank you for the look. Always appreciate. Sasayama, Kano, get your asses back to the precinct. Goes out. That Goose switched off the line. I wonder if I have to change it so that he instead says to what's his name? Oh no, go back home. Kano knew full well what that meant. They were off the case. There was a gnawing in his gut. Those two punks hadn't showed up. No, if that father and his daughter hadn't. Yeah, here we go. And they would apprehend the suspect. Oh, don't let it get you down, Sasayama said. I mean, paper pushing can be kind of fun. The look on his face, however, suggested he didn't like it. I didn't think it was fun at all, not one bit. With the air of two men heading to an execution, Kano and Sasayama trudged back toward the Shibuya precinct. Bad end. Back to the precinct. Let's take the case for the altercation. Yeah, I think I've got the idea. I think I know what happened, what went wrong. Yeah, change the advice. Instead, tell him to head back home. You get back to the office ASAP. You get back to the office? But they'll find me there for sure. Toyama's voice was a little more than a pathetic whimper. It's a little bit of reverse psychology. The last place the debt collectors are going to think you went is back to your office, right? Ah, I see, Toyama said. You sound impressed by the suggestion. For now, just stay hidden until I can get these articles finished. Alright, Toyama said weakly. He hung up. Minorkawa let out a deep sigh and then turned back to his laptop. Oh, keep out again. Okay. Yeah, let's skip this. Yep, she's just saying, but are you happy? Are you truly happy? Bullshit. Do as I take the other. Yeah, that's it. He's fed up of following these assholes around because they keep fucking going in circles and just handing off the attaché case to each other over and over again. And they were told specifically just to tail them. Oh, for God's sake. Maybe return to Achi. Oh, I don't pick up. That's me. She reached into her pocket and took out the cell phone. Huh? She said a scream of consternation. What is it? She asked. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka. Who's Mr. Tanaka? He works with my father. I'm not sure what I should do. I should remember that the criminal had warned her against contacting her family or the police. She seemed reluctant to even open the message. I'm sure it's fine to just read an email, he said. And besides, he's not the police and he's not your family. Yeah, you're right. Tommy scanned the message anxiously. It sounds like he's worried about me, she said. Then, does he know about the kidnapping? Yes, I know my father trusts him. And he's always been so... Tommy cut herself short. Still, it was clear to Achi that she and this Tanaka person had some sort of close relationship. I wonder if it's safe for me to let him know what the situation is. I think it should be, Achi told her. I mean, the kidnappers aren't going to know you sent an email, right? Don't get time. I don't know. Considering what we just saw with Osawa, maybe he's actually secretly the kidnapper. It took me to time out response as she watched over her, wild speculations running through his mind. There was no way a mild-mannered young lady like her could be dating one of her father's co-workers, was there? Yes, let's jump. There we go. Destroy the red tape. Here, take a look at this, huh? So I could never have anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen. It was an email from Hitomi. Stifling an exclamation, he scanned the contents of the message. There's a man following me. He has a gun and I think he's trying to kill me. I'm safe for the moment, so try not to worry. The kidnapper warned me not to contact my family or the police. Oh, that scumbag. If he's involved in this, he has just made her inform her father. Please keep this email a secret. But didn't Hitomi give the kidnapper the ransom? Osawa said. What could anyone want with her now? Tanaka shook his head, uncertain. He wouldn't know any better than I would, I suppose. Do the police know about this? And if so, why haven't they said anything? He felt himself start to tremble as he searched for answers in Tanaka's silent gaze. Do you think this could be related to that other thing? I doubt it. If it were, why would they go after Hitomi? I suppose you're right, but Sarah was shaking out right now. Tanaka laid a hand on his shoulder. First, just calm down and let's think about what we know about the kidnapper. His composure helped Osawa keep him under control. They've taken Maria, the voice indicated quietly. The vice director continued quietly. Along with a ransom of 50 million yen. And now they're after Hitomi. His gaze sharpened. Sir, do you think this could be someone who holds a personal grudge against you? A grudge? Osawa considered. He couldn't think of anyone who would have a reason to attack him. He'd been too caught up in virus research since his time in school to have formed any hostile rivalries. He didn't have any enemies that he knew of. Maybe someone was jealous that I became head of the laboratory. Is it just doubtfully? He had held this position for years at this point. Why would that spur someone into kidnapping his daughter now? Has anything happened recently? Tanaka asked. Anything strange since you got back from overseas? Since I got back? Osawa's heart skipped a beat and started pumping faster. First thing that came to mind was the solicitation he'd gotten from the American laboratory. If he accepted the offer, it would put Okishi Pharmaceutical in quite a bind. Possibly enough to warrant someone holding a grudge over him. But the only other person who knew about the potential transfer right now was his wife, No, so I said nothing. Not that I can think of. He couldn't bring himself to discuss the transfer with Tanaka. He felt a surge of guilt for contemplating leaving his trusted assistant behind. If he didn't make the move to America, he planned to recommend that Tanaka replace him as department director. Still, he didn't expect that to make up for his abandonment. Alright, I'll see what information I can find then, Tanaka said. The kidnapper had forbidden any contact with either family or the police. But Tanaka was outside of that circle, and he knew how to handle himself with discretion. So I'd have to put this on you, so I said, and thank you. For now, let's just see if we can get Hitomi to exchange some more emails. An uncomfortable thought suddenly occurred to Osawa. He blurted out without thinking, why do you have my daughter's contact information on your phone? Tanaka gave him a worried look. Sir, I promise I can explain once all this is over. And with that, he stepped out of the bathroom. Oh really? Can he explain it? Something in Hitomi's final words left Osawa to wonder. Could it be that Tanaka and Hitomi were dating? He hoped dearly that not to be the case. Their age difference alone made the idea a disturbing one, let alone so many other considerations. Remember, Tanaka is 40 years old, Hitomi is 19. This makes him just over twice her age. This does not necessarily mean, however, that they could not date or fall for each other. Many couples with such age differences between them wind up in happy committed relationships. Thank you, game, for your input. Trying to put aside this paranoia, Osawa resumed his struggle with the clock in the toilet. Most of clogs are caused by build-up of flushable paper products or by solid objects inadvertently dropped in a toilet bowl. But shockingly enough, on very rare occasions, they can be caused by someone taking a dump that happens to be that big that it gets stuck in the pipe. Apologies to anyone who might be eating right now. Well, I'm sorry everybody, the game apologised ahead of time, so apologies if you are eating right now. Oh goodness! Kajura appeared, still toting the bucket. You seem to be having a lot of trouble there, sir. You made it sound like the whole mess was Osawa's fault. Of course I am. I've never had to do this before. Really? I think the research you do would be a lot more difficult than this. Fixing toilets gives me far more trouble, I'd say. To be honest, even though you look down the profession, different people specialise in different things. You can't always cross it, you know? Which is always frustrates me whenever my parents treat me like I'm the fucking handyman to fix things. So it would seem. Kajura stood watching as if Osawa's efforts made an interesting show. I don't know the first thing about viruses, sir, but I don't find unclogging toilets to be that difficult. Oh yeah? So that's not... Then how about you fix the damn thing? Kajura really was a world-class pro at pissing people off. Are you sure? You don't mind? The detective asked. Be my goddamn guest. So I shoved the plunger into Kajiwara's hand. Limited in the handle of the toilet, Sawa marched back into his study. Turned on the CD player and lay back on the sofa, squeezing his eyes shut. He was seriously on edge. Kajiwara had totally broken his stride. What now? Door of the study slid open slowly. Is the Kajiwara, sir? Please don't come in here without asking. My apologies, Miss Sir. I just want to inform you the toilet has been fixed. Right, fine. Sarah hardly cared. He just wanted this guy to give him a little peace. Oh my, is that really all you have to say, sir? Nary a compliment or encouraging word? Maybe a good job, Kajiwara, or You're getting a promotion, detective? Sawa blew out his breath in exasperation. How? How are you a detective? I'm not sure I get your meaning, sir. You are completely clueless. I'd like to ask your superiors to replace you with a detective who knows how to take his job seriously. Mr. Sawa, with all due respect, it's unusual for a precinct detective like me to be stationed here at a victim's home. What's your point? Not to brag, sir, but I happen to be an exceptional detective. Could you have beamed with pride? In fact, I made an excellent showing in the Superstar Detective contest we had on our police social media service. An online platform whose primary feature is allowing people to connect with each other. The police-exclusive social media network that Kajiwara belongs to, Poxy, is very strictly regulated, with any abusive language, slander, sexual content, or lame jokes deleted almost immediately. Well, that's certainly not the police service here, as it was revealed where there is a lot of that shit going on, along with homophobia and so on. Because fuck the police. For a moment, so I thought the bolt of incredulous anger that shot through him was the onset of a stroke. How could a single person be so utterly infuriating? You can't tell anyone about this, Kaji went on obviously. But this summer, a new detective manga is starting up based on me. Oh my god. Burn it now. Plan for Civilization in the MPD's monthly PR magazine. The chapter titles have already been decided. Chapter 1, The Fabled Detective Kaji. Chapter 2, Kaji Howls at the Sun. What? Chapter 3, Kaji Rides the Rails. Chapter 4, Kaji at Daybreak. Chapter 5, Detective Jack. Chapter... Oh god, I get it now. Oh. Chapter 6, Kaji, Queen of the Street. Chapter 7, Look Out Kaji. Chapter 8, Kaji on the Edge. Chapter 9, Dance Kaji Dance. Chapter 10, Space Detective Kaji. And so on and so forth. I can't take it. Someone spat out a peal of feigned laughter. A manga? I can tell you all about the plot, sir. Would you like to hear about it? I would not. It's about a telecommuting detective who solves major crimes using just his wits and his computer. Surely you'd like to hear about that, sir? I really wouldn't. I know I may not look it, but I'm pretty handy with computers. Kajiura's eyes drifted over Sarah's desktop. His hand darted to the mouse in a matter of moments. He cleared his screensaver and booted up a web browser. Hey! Sarah, don't touch that! But it was too late to stop the detective. I wanted to show the page of Ayanet, a fan page devoted to Ayanet. Sarah's imminent rage stroke was beginning to make his visions grow fuzzy. You come to the site regularly, sir? Regularly? Well, I'm not sure I'd, Sarah showed off, feeling the heat of blood flare in his cheeks. Oh, God. There's a lot of stuff in this site. Is there a section that you primarily spend time on? Well, I mean, for my part, I really only go to the fan forums for folks 40 and over. Aha! With a twinkle of curiosity in his eyes, Tajiro appeared at the computer screen. Having his privacy invaded to this degree, was the ultimate disgrace. Alright, so huffed. You're an amazing detective, Kajiura. You're incredible. I see you in a new light now. Now, would you please leave me alone? God, Anthony, get the hell out of my room. You tried to usher it. Yes. Now, would you please get the hell out of my room? Tried to usher Kajiura back out the door. Alright, sir. Detective said, alright, I understand. I'll leave. But before that, Kajiura slipped his hand into his pocket. I don't need a damn banana. It's not that, Mr. Osawa. I have something that I think may be important to you. Here, a small plastic bag. Inside was a scrap of paper of some sort. What's that? Sora asked. This is what was clogged in the toilet, sir. With some hesitation, Sora took hold of the bag. Huh? That's... The passenger name here is listed as Kenji Osawa. The plastic bag was a plane ticket. Specifically, the one for his upcoming flight to the US the following week. He left it out on his desk. How had it wound up getting flushed down the toilet? This looks like it's pretty important, sir, Kojiro said. I must say, it was pretty careless of you to accidentally flush it. A very sort of smile came across his face. Came to his face. Although, the detective added, I suppose the question of who flushed it is another matter entirely. Sora was at a loss for words. Someone had tried to flush his plane ticket on purpose. He was sure of it. See, that guy is back in the spotlight, I think. He knocked on the door to Ai's room, but there was no response. Didn't look like she'd gotten back home yet. Sora let himself in. Oh, his wife. Holy shit! His wife has... Huh? The stinging scent of her perfume pervaded the room, which was decorated all in white. Clothes were strewn all about, as if to put her slovenliness on display. She'd been like this ever since they'd gotten married, and Osawa had long since stopped caring. It must have been I who tried to flush the ticket. He knew she didn't want him going to America, but still, couldn't she have found a better way to get rid of it? Thanks to her, he'd been stuck, hunched over the damn toilet, fighting with the plunger. So I sat down on the bed amidst the brand name clothing. Then he spotted something odd down by his feet. It was a gold cigarette lighter. Just when had I picked up smoking. Sora picked up the lighter and set it on a shelf next to the bed. Huh. He started out of the room, but stopped as he noticed the scrapbook on the bookshelf. The rest of the shelf was filled with fashion magazines, so the scrapbook definitely drew his eye. Curious, he took it down and opened it. The book was filled with articles and write-ups about the results of Osawa's research and the company's various achievements. Flipping through the pages took him on a trip down memory lane. There was even an old company memo welcoming Tanaka on board as his new vice director. There was a photo of Osawa shaking Tanaka's hand at the party celebrating his new position. It was a little peculiar to think that she had bothered to keep something so trivial. Two of the magazine articles was nestled between the pages further in the book. These hadn't been clipped out of the inclusion in the scrapbook itself. Sora glanced at them thoroughly. Floundering Okashi Pharmaceutical arranges marriage of political convenience. It was a self-injured piece from some rag called 4-Star General Gossip, from right after he and I had gotten married. When the piece had first run, he'd been too furious to read it. Now he gave it a quick looking over. It was pretty much exactly what he expected. Talking about how one of the corporate directors had sacrificed his own daughter in order to keep one of his researchers on board, allowing someone else to come to harm for someone's personal gain. In this case, the term is used figuratively, not literally. Yeah, I get that. Referring, of course, to Makino offering Osawa Ai's hand marriage. Rumours abound of marital strife between the newlyweds. The article went on to talk about how Ai had been dating another man before she and Osawa had gotten married. The whole thing was a bunch of puerile rubbish. Any marriage involved some kind of calculated self-interest after all. Whatever the reasons for their union, nothing changed the fact that I was now his wife. With a faint sigh, Osawa put the scrapbook back on the shelf. Feeling disconsolate, he returned to his study and began flipping through his CD rack. His eyes scanned for Aya Kamikaze's album For Tomorrow, Forevermore. A lot of her more experimental numbers were on that album. Given how discombobulated he felt right now, this was what he needed to hear. Again, I reflected on how had there been time when he didn't care about music at all. He simply purchased copies of most popular CD or of the moment as birthday presents for his two girls. But that had just happened to be an album of Aya Kamiki. Tony was thrilled by the gift, but Maria didn't seem terribly fond of it. Next day, she tossed her copy back on her father's desk. Figuring that throwing it away would be a waste, Sasawa stuck the CD into the computer to give it a listen. He was immediately bombarded by an intense beat bolstered by bold, uplifting vocals. And Akemi wrote her own lyrics, which did a fine job of conveying the emotions of a teenage girl. So I could hardly believe it. But listening to just one track, he was well and truly hooked. And stabbied. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Right, let's get this started. Boom, boom, boom. Stabby, 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 stabby. Be stabby, stab, stab, stabby, stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab. Ah, Sandy, there you are. Stabby, da-da-da-da. Stabby, stabby, stab. Stab, stab, stabby, stab, stab. Stabby, stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab. Stab, 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 stabby, stab. Stabby, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab, stabby, stab, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab, stabby, stab. Stabby, stabby, stab. No, it's not gonna. This is not gonna end well, is it? Earlier, sadly, a made-up spoof show was called Sailor Moon Pies, and I immediately thought of you because of how crazy that sounds. Sailor Moon Pies. Yes, that was my reaction to pretty much. Sailor Moon Pies. What is there to say about that? I really don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I'll put a buster down. Put that forward. And put a little message saying, thank you everyone. But yeah, Sailor Moon Pies. I still don't get it myself. While it was out, he had purchased her entire discography. Bloody hell. He felt hooked. Huh? He muttered. For tomorrow it should have been in the CD rack, but there was no sign of it. Where the heck is it? Why isn't it here? Everyone was going crazy, and then he remembered it was at the lab. He wanted something to listen to on break at work, so he brought the album there. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Not being able to listen to it made him want to hear it all more. It wasn't like he could just go out and buy another copy right now, either. He'd just have to borrow the copy he'd given to Hitomi all those years ago. Whenever containing his need to hear the music, he went to Hitomi's room. There he grew rummaged through the CD rack beside his daughter's bed. Part of him felt like he was being a little sneak thief. According to the email Tanaka had shown him, someone was trying to kill Hitomi. Under the circumstances, he knew that what he was doing was ridiculous, and yet he still couldn't resist the impulse to find the CD. But his efforts were no avail. There were no Aya Kamiki CDs in the rack at all. So I pulled out every CD on the rack, but they were all classical music. He slumped back in disappointment. It had to be somewhere here in her room. So I jumped at the sound of his cell phone and fumbled to get it out of his pocket. Makino's name was displayed on the LCD screen. I'm out front. That was all Makino said before hanging up. Hurriedly, Osawa began tying up the CD rack. As he worked, he thought about what he was going to say to Makino. To think that someone had violated company policy to such unethical ends. It sullied his research, so I wasn't about to let anyone get away with it. And yet, as he was about to leave Tomi's room, a sudden uncertainty gripped him. He hesitated. Did he have any right to condemn Makino for running trials in secret? His hand began to sweat as it gripped the doorknob. No, he didn't. How could he? His hands were dirty and all this in this too. We need to keep this a secret, just between us. The fuck? It'll be fine. We've already cleared animal testing. Marius hovered. So himself had already administered the antiviral to someone, hadn't he? It was the only way. Worrying nobody in particular, Sawa trudged toward the front door of his house. Aha! Okay, we got to the end of that storyline. To be continued. As you see, Sandy, it's one of those like multi storyline thing. Like we did a jump there. I don't know how this didn't work. Oh, I should run through the whole bit, maybe. Let's see. Option B. You can get to the office ASAP. The office, but they'll find me there for sure. Saying the article's finished, alright. That'll be the hung up. Yeah, sorry, and then turn back to the laptop. You see, that I would have hoped fixed the other bit, but it didn't. Yeah, the bad end is still there. Maybe I have to finish more actually then. But not jump this time, just keep on with it. There was no way a middle-aged man could be dating her father's co-worker, was there? Unless she was all about finding herself a sugar daddy. I would think so, since her dad makes quite a lot of money. No, he was being ridiculous, as she banished the thoughts from mind. Besides, Tomi's personal life wasn't the problem right now. The problem was that psycho with the cane and the gun. Something wrong? Tomi asked. She'd finished sending her email. Oh, no, nothing. Nothing at all. She did his best to look nonchalant. It was a good thing she couldn't read his mind. They sent a guy and resumed their approach towards Dogenzaka by way of Bayamacho. The many hotels in Bayamacho that are not ordinary establishments, but rather the sort of hotel where two people who are so inclined might redacted. A couple heading this kind of place in the early afternoon would without a doubt be assumed to be bent on redacted. You might be wondering whether an option for these two to get up to mischief will appear as a selection prompt. Well, don't get your hopes up. This isn't that kind of game. Another long detour would decrease their odds of running into gunmen. They remain an unlikely pair. Scruffy-Achi, limbs lacklusterly swinging to hide his embarrassment, and brisk purposefulness Tomi. As he found himself watching her out of the corner of his eye, he could still feel her anxiety. He wished there was some way he could ease her fears. Hey, Tori, mind if I ask you something? Sure, go ahead. Okay, so I know this might be kind of a weird question, but... oh god, here we go. You put a serious face. What does the eco in eco-friendly mean? Ecological, right? Huh? Like, I know it's about helping the Earth and all, but I don't know what it really means, you know? Wow, deep, man. Tony thought for a moment. I'm pretty sure it's short for the English word ecology, which is the science examining the relationship between man and nature. Sociobiology that deals with the reciprocal relationship between organisms and their environment. Nowadays, the term can also refer to cultural and social effects on the global environment. The latter usage can be broad and imprecise, making the exact meaning somewhat difficult to define. Oh, right, science! Pleased with himself as she chatted on excitedly. The faint smile crept back into Hotomi's face. So, you ever hear about the clean river here in Shibuya? Clean river? A clean river in Shibuya? Really? Ask 100 youngsters outside Shibuya Station the same question, and you'd probably get the same answer 100 times. Yeah, the Shibuya River. You know that drainage channel we saw earlier? Wait, that? That's the clean river you're talking about? By no reasonable definition was the Shibuya River what anyone would call clean. That's the one! Actually agreed to her in confusion. See, the river used to be clean a long time ago. I read about it in this old book called Science Strikes Back. Popular Monthly Magazine, abbreviated SSB, the series has been running for 29 years now, but the Strike Back appendix is still immensely popular with children. The woman who handles the home deliveries is known as the SSB lady, and children wait excitedly on the 25th of each month for her to make her rounds. I used to have that book, Toby chirped, her eyes wide with excitement. You're talking about that bit with the river that got turned into a song, right? Famous 1912 song Haru no Ogawa, the Spring Brook, was lyrics by Tatsuki Takano and music by Taichi Okano. It is said that the song was inspired by the view of the upper course of the Shibuya River during Takano's childhood. In the modern day, there is a stone monument bearing the song's lyrics, along with the Taku line between Yoyogi Hachiman and Sayobashi. I'm butchering this, aren't I? Tell that they stole music from Dynasty Warriors. It feels like that, but this guy's also a thug, so the music goes well. Not that I'm saying anything, Sandy. Or I might be saying something, who knows. Yeah, that's the one, you read it too? I did. I actually felt a giddy rush as this unexpected connection they shared. Imagine if there was still a clean, beautiful river here in Shibuya. It'd be the perfect place for taking a romantic stroll. Tommy looked up at Achi. She seemed to share his joy in this idea. Wouldn't it be amazing, as she said, if that dirty little channel could be clean like it used to be? It would. Maybe as amazing as the look on Hitomi's face right now, Achi thought. Tommy, tell me some more ecology stuff. Hit me with whatever you got. She seemed happy to oblige, and so as they walked along, Hitomi explained the bits of knowledge she'd picked up over the years. Achi was quiet, hanging on her every word. Turn Tanaka became a impromptu environmentalism lecture. The Hitomi continued until she'd exhausted her very knowledge. I just don't get it, she grumbled when she paused at last. I mean, why is it a bad thing if the planet gets warmer? Wouldn't that make winter in places like Hokkaido way easier? No, you see, because if the whole planet gets warmer, it would cause the whole ecosystem to collapse. And she racked his brain. And the ecosystem is what again? It's that like a solar system? Oh my god. Who of the cosmos filled his imagination? No, not really, Hitomi said. So, is it more like a sound system then? Not really. Oh, but anyway, you're saying the problem is with the, what is it again? Carbon dioxide? Yeah, that stuff. I'm gonna have to cut down on that. Sure. That's so it, he declared finally. No more soda for me. Poor Archie, his heart's in the right place, but his brain sure isn't. Soda? Yeah, it's carbonated, right? Toby burst out laughing. Well, I'm serious. You don't think I can do it? I'm sorry, Toby, catching up, but it's just... Her face froze, her mirth abruptly vanished. Oh no. Huh? She stared at her face in alarm. What is it? Oh shit! It's him! Turning attention in the direction the Toby was looking. The man with the cane was bearing down on them. Oh, come on! You have got to be kidding me! Go to his hand and ran. This time he headed for the main road, hoping to get lost in the crowd. Tommy struggled to keep up. She was exhausted after all the earlier running. You can do it, he told her. This guy's got a cane. We can outrun him. The assassin was still hurrying after them. Once we get around the next corner, we'll be out onto the main road. Yeah, okay. She straightened to get the words out. Bit by bit, her feet were slowing down. It was another 50 meters or so on the main road, and she realized that they might get caught before they got there. So Tommy exclaimed, "But I'm gonna do this!" He scooped her up in his arms. I knew it. By the time the squeak had escaped her mouth, that she was already running full out. Actually, please put me down. Don't worry, you're super light. There he goes. As she glanced back and saw the assassin, now far behind, breaking off the pursuit. But just as they ran in the corner, he heard the man call out to him. Actually, I stopped in reflex. Hold on, did he just shout my name? How the heck does he know my name? Quaking with unease, Archie slipped into the crowd. This game is fucking nuts, I swear. Actually, could you please set me down now? A meek voice pulled him from his panic. Huh? He looked down at the girl in his arms. The people in the crowd around them were watching and chuckling. I would as well if I saw that in public. Fucking hell. I mean, I'm really happy you saved me and all, but being carried around like this is, Tony was blushing beet red, but Archie's expression had gone pale. Archie, wait! Had he really heard that right? That's what it sounded like. He set Tony back on her feet and then used his shirt sleeve to wipe the sweat from his face. You okay? Tony asked. When we were running just now, did that guy say something? Can't say anything? Not that I heard, no. Huh. Had he just imagined it then? Maybe. Actually was sure he didn't recognize the man. There's something weird about that guy though, Tony murmured. She furrowed her brow. No matter where we run, he keeps catching up to us. It's almost like he knows where we're going. She was right. Finding a particular pair of people in a place as big as Shibuya bordered on the impossible. And yet somehow the assassin had tracked them down several times now. Yeah, as she said, it's like he's got some way of locating us or something. You got a sudden idea. That's it. What if they're doing the whole tracking thing, but like backwards? What? His eyes widened. Okay, so you know how in the police shows they always stick a tracking device in a bag with ransom money? Like that, but backwards. Okay, so backwards isn't the right way to describe this, but actually doesn't realise this. He does seem to know what a tracking device is, at least. A radio transmitter that can be located by a signal it emits. The Japanese police sometimes refer to this as a beeper. Not to be confused with the English slang term beeper, meaning a pager. Backwards? Yeah, like, instead of putting the tracker on the money, they put it on you. It's totally found. I don't see how I could possibly have a tracker on me, she said. I mean, I'm just wearing my clothes from home. Oh. Well then, how is he doing it then? But a moment passed from the moment got those words out of his mouth. Fuck, there he is! Once again, the man with the cane stepped out of the road ahead of them. It really did seem as if he knew exactly where they were going to be. How the hell is this happening? Actually groaned. You should have told his waist, ready to pick her up again. It's okay, I can run by myself. It's okay, I can run by myself. Actually took her by the hand instead, and they raced into another alley. This guy just won't not give up. At the far end of the alley, he could see a forklift parked beside a pile of cardboard boxes. Actually decided to... Ah, this might be what leads to the whole, tell me the forklift and drive it away from the assassin. Descends now! I stood on the forklift and hit the ignition and roared into life. Below the forks and stepped on the accelerator, picking up the pallet of cardboard boxes as he charged towards the man with the cane. Oh, bam! The tower of boxes struck the man with a thud. I just kept accelerating, driving him back a good 10 meters or two. Well, a low grunt at the impact. Actually then hit the brake, shifted back in reverse and hit the gas again, backing up as fast as he could. Boxes crashed down in a heap, burying the assassin underneath. Several small bottles spilled out from the broken cardboard and shattered on the pavement. Oh, that guy is really not going to get his stuff. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Middle-aged man in a sanitation uniform had come running at the sound of the forklift. Sorry man, gotta run! As she exclaimed as he jumped from the vehicle. And don't forget to recycle that glass! He took Tommy's hand and sprinted away down the alleyway. The sanitation worker glowered after him, then turned and gazed despondently at the jumbled pile of boxes and broken glass. Ah, that's what must have led to that situation with, okay. Okay. The red ring echoed through the maze of the side streets. All that work just to wind up fleeing for their lives again. Actually ground his teeth in frustration. There are two types of teeth grinding. The subconscious act of gritting one's teeth together while asleep. 2. Gritting one's teeth together as a response to anger or frustration. Here we are an example of 2. At roughly the same time, Minorkawa is grinding his teeth, trying to keep his schedule. Yep. Aha! We broke through the tape. I took a look at his wristwatch. Gritted his teeth. See, it's a good thing I checked it. By the way, what sort of impression do you have of this wristwatch? Just respond with whatever happens comes to mind. What do I think of the wristwatch? It's okay. A bit kooky maybe, but I mean, actually to be fair, it looks a bit like the sort of wristwatch my grand would have. They're playing Hunter X, SOOOO kinky, and yes, it was kinky from what I saw. Damn, is it that late already? You need to head for the sales demo. Surveillance camera article wasn't done, but he'd just have to leave it where it was now. As he was slipping his laptop back into his bag, his cell phone rang. He looked at the screen and saw Jackie's name. This is the incoming caller. Was she done with her interviews? However, he picked it up. Jackie, what's going on? Several wet sniffles came from the receiver. Are you crying? There's no use. Jackie's voice was indeed punctuated by sobs. People won't stop to talk no matter how hard I try. Oh, come on, this again, really? I can't do it. Don't worry about paying me. Just please let me go home. Urkel was already operating on a 2-tire schedule. He didn't have time to worry about Chiaki on top of it all. Look, just slow down and take a breath. Try and keep it a little longer. You should have seen this coming when he first called her. Her shyness is practically pathological. But if he cut her loose now, all this frustration would be for nothing. But I can't do it, she whined again. I'm sorry, I really am. Look, just calm down. He was practically screaming into the phone. Just stay where you are until I get there, okay? Got that? Whatever you do, just don't move. Leaving the money for his coffee on the table, he strode out the cafe. Street interviews were tougher than they looked. Not many random passerbys were willing to stop and do a back and forth. Still, being able to talk to people on the street was a fundamental skill for a freelance reporter. Yeah, but it's also the way she's done it. Because she didn't come off as a reporter, she came off like some weird evangelist or something by saying, "Are you happy?" All I wanted was for Chiaki to put up a little effort to make it happen. Although he found her personality frustrating, he actually quite liked her writing. Reading her words, you'd never guess what she was like in person. If she could just break the right story, he was sure the readers would be quite taken with her. There was no time like the present. As outside Shibuya Station was crowded as ever. Minorkawa looked around and soon spotted Chiaki. "Hey, what are you doing?" he asked. She was hunched over in front of the statue of Hachiko, squatting in an odd position. Oh, Hachiko, that's the dog, isn't it? Yeah. A group of kindergartners were gathered nearby, peering at her with sadness in their eyes, like she was a stray dog or something. I wouldn't call that sadness, they're just sort of like, looking at her like, what the fuck is going on here? A pair of girls from Midoriya Academy's kindergarten. They always hang out around the train station after school. They're quite fond of killing time inside of Tokyo 5000 series display car, the new landmark by the Hachiko entrance. The beat cop at the station's police box has nicknamed them the Kinder Partners. The Kinder Partners. What? What's this all about? This is how I ended up when I lose all my self-consciousness. I just want to hide. Oh, for crying out loud, get up, will you? I don't want to... Stop crying. Jackie stole behind her eyes. Let me ask you this, when I stared down at her. What was it that made you want to be a freelance writer? Well, I guess it's because I wanted to try my hand at writing. A dangling bit of mucus bobbed in and out of Jackie's left nostril as she spoke. Okay, I followed. And why is that? Well... I'm too embarrassed to say. Jackie hid her face in her hands. Okay, never mind that then. Right now, you have a task that's been landed to you. You can't just say you can't do it. Minorkawa tried to keep his tone calm. No magazine in the world is going to let a novice writer just write about whatever they want. You have to prove yourself first. Get your fundamentals down. I already know all that. I took the notebook from Jackie's hands. Hey, she squeaked. Wait, you've only talked to one person so far? There sure wasn't going to be a story in that. Yeah, well, no person exactly. Wait, what's this here? A cat? No, I mean, yes, there was a person in the cat suit. Yeah. Tama! Let's jump to Tama again and break that. That's it. Break it out. Oh, what should I do? Where could the truck be that took the burning hammer possibly have gone? It's starting to wreck my brain when suddenly I hear a voice call out from behind. Excuse me? Here we go. Are you, happy with, your life right now? You see what I mean? It comes off more like she's an evangelist or something. Thank you for the epic, geek, and thank you for the epic Euphoria. Euphoria? Oh. I don't see a woman holding a notebook. Huh? I mean, just, sorry, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? I don't have the time for this right now. I'm a little busy. Oh, no, I mean, I understand if you can't. She's giving this hyper-intensive stare. I can't tell if she's trying to be intimidating or if she's actually afraid of me. Something about her is definitely off. Way too jittery and suspicious for my liking. Whatever she wants, I'd rather not get involved. I'm actually pretty busy, I say. Oh, I mean, just real quick. That'd be a big, huge help, please. But... Alright. See you, Sandy. Oh, by the way, this character is just like Cat, because they're stuck in the cat uniform. Alright, see you later, Sandy. But please, I really... Please! She bows so many times, she looks like one of those drinking birds. Toy bird functions by means of simple heat engine mechanism, causing it to constantly dip its head into liquid, then rise back up, sometimes falsely claimed to be a type of perpetual motion device, once a common sight in offices all over the world. Let's be nice. That is the reason, Sandy. That is the... Play the game for yourself, then. I can't help but feel sorry for this poor girl. I guess I could give her a few minutes of my time. Alright, but please make it quick. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. She goes back into a drinking bird stance. So, what was the question? Oh, right. So, are you, happy with your life right now? Well, right now, as you can see, I am a cat! Oh god, now it's sounding like it's Sandy in the costume. Oh, a cat. Yes, I see, a cat. So, yeah, I'll put down cat. That was with cat and a notepad. Right, thank you. Huh? Are we finished already? Yes, we can finish right there. She hangs her head a little, looks away. I love the look of that one guy. There's two guys on the background there. When they clearly took these pictures for this game, they did it in public. Well, that was sure was quick. I'm not sure if I get all this is about. Did I really give her enough to be useful? I doubt it, but hey, at least it was over fast. I head off in search of Burning Hammer once more. Fucking hell. And then I go stabbing. Boom, boom, boom. Stabby, 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 stab. Stab, 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 stabby, stab. Stabby, stabby, stab. Stab, stab, stabby, stab, stab. Stabby, stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab. Stab, 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 stabby, stab. Stabby, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab, stabby, stab, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab, stabby, stab, stabby, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab, stabby, stab, stabby, stabby, stab. Stabby, stab. Oh shit. No, this didn't go well either. Fuck. God damn it. Assist from buffing. Maybe if I go with Monk. I go for the Earth one, because I think the Earth one has it where deals increased damage to water tuned. Scavenge. There we go. Spawns an Earth attuned skeleton on death. Yeah, I thought so. So it's kind of like having Necromancer without it. With it, I mean. I head over and search the Burning Hammer once more. Poor Tamo, I really do feel for her. Especially how fucking hot it must be in that suit. Well, where I wonder though, I don't spot the truck anywhere. Let's say 15 minutes before the demo is supposed to start. I better make my way back to the venue. Maybe Chewie had better luck in her search? No, she didn't. I mean, she was just sat down eating, so... Back at the break room, I met with Mr. Yanagishita, who positively radiates despair. Did you find it? I'm sorry, I tried. She sort of slumped further at my response. Have you heard from Chewie, I ask? No, not yet. I guess she's our last hope. All of a sudden, she holds up a pendant. The situation's gone rough. I'd like you to wear this. It's a miracle stone like the one I saw back at the storeroom earlier. This ought to pick up your luck a notch. Now I see that Miss Yangashi is wearing another miracle stone around his own neck. Using one bit of sham merchandise to help find another. Nice. This is the pinnacle of pitiful. That's what this is. Hurry up and put it on before the luck runs out. Yoshi's eyes are all bloodshot. Something tells me that refusing this quest wouldn't be wise right now. After a moment's hesitation, I take hold of the pendant. The stone is blue and glittery. Is that Chewie? Mr. Yangashi squeaks. He whips out his phone. Ah, no, sorry, he mutters before listening for a moment. I think you have the wrong number. Guess it wasn't Chewie after all. Okay, and yet he stays on the line. Huh? Really? The tone suddenly does a complete 180. Yes, please, thank you so much! As soon as he hangs up, she strikes the victory pose. It's a miracle! Burning Hammer is back, baby! Huh? The slowing guy realizes his mix-up and returned the boxes to the loading dock. Whoa, for real? You ghosted great! Look at this fucking dance! I mean, my god! Fucking hell. Thank you! From the bottom of my heart! Never seen someone come so close to literally jumping for joy. I'm going to go prep the demo room. Tema, you go bring the burning hammer inside. With that, Mr. Yoshida practically flies out of the room. Unfortunately, quite a few bottles were broken, weren't they? No way, I remember myself. This thing didn't actually work, did it? Examine the miracle stone more closely. It just looks like some kind of toy jewellery. I wish that I actually get paid my 20,000 yen. Hey, it's worth a shot. Miracle stone still clutched in my hand. I hurry out of the dock to the loan dock. I brace myself before actually stepping out of the door. It's not here! Where is it? I look and I look, but I see no sign whatsoever of any burning hammer. And apparently I called the second guy. Well, I definitely returned to the loading dock. I can assure you of that. If you're telling me it's not there now, unfortunately that's not my responsibility. He hangs up. Didn't even sound like he cared. I look around a little more, but to no avail. Yes, it's definitely not here. Did someone else take it, maybe? I hang my head in dismay. A middle-aged man in a sanitation uniform passes by, holding a bag of garbage. He flashes me a curious look. Of course he would. You're in a fucking cat costume. What do we do, Tama? As he freaks out when he hears the burning hammer's missing. Please, you gotta give me something. I'm not really sure, sir. Now my boss is an even bigger wreck than he was before. This job is toast. Any money I was going to get paid is up in smoke. Just like all my hopes and dreams at this point. I guess maybe we should try selling the Anagotchis? Or something? It's not much of a suggestion, but it's all I got. Yeah, she looks at me intently. Wait, what did you just say? Huh? What did you just say? Or something? No, before that. I guess maybe we could try selling the Anagotchis? Oh god, that smile! I can almost see the wheels spinning in his head as he slowly smile creeps back across his face. What was the button to... Okay, there we go. That's a creepy smile. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm certain I see an actual gleam in his eye. Right then, I guess that's the only real option. No wait, this is a sign. That burning hammer didn't just vanish by coincidence. Oh no! He jumps to his feet, his eyes still positively aglow. Alright, see you later, Anagotchis. We're about to knock you right out of the park. Oh wait, I probably don't need to tell you how the event goes down. We don't manage to sell even a single Anagotchi. Turns out, hey, people are really creeped out by eels, and our customers have no problem letting us know that very politely, I might add, as they storm out in a huff. But Sherry said she liked eel salt boiled and in sushi. I haven't given much of herself as he gets ready to leave. If only we hadn't lost the burning hammer, things would have gone so much differently. Oh no, or no, maybe they'd have gone pretty much the same. You know, I probably should have listened to my gut earlier. Agreeing to take on this job has brought me nothing but trouble. Oh, so maybe I wasn't meant to throw... Nobody doesn't have any luck selling digital pets to customers who are looking for a health food demo. But why did the burning hammer disappear anyway? Well, sanitation works in a sort of pile, I suppose something close to total 40. Someone winds up breaking the bottles. Yes. I know what happened, because I did it. Instead, we'll just have to throw a box at him, see what happens. Let's go, not give up! Throw the boxes at their pursuer. Ha! He stepped on the nearest box, turned and threw at the man with the cane. Must have filled with something heavy. This ought to do some damage. He watched his satisfaction as it struck the assassin in the face. The man staggered sideways. Here, have another! One by one, he hurled every box in the park. And one for the road! The last box wasn't properly sealed. It broke open and struck the pursuer, sending several bottles flying. They shattered and crashed around the street, splashing red liquid. The assassin dropped to one knee, scrubbing at his face with his hand. Actually looked on in surprise. He couldn't possibly have hit the guy that hard. Peering the man more closely, he saw that he was splattered with red liquid. Apparently some of the bottles had gotten in his eyes. Oh my god. That was our chance! I should took over the hotel, leaving the pursuer in the alleyway. Lives again. She ground his teeth in frustration. You told me he groaned when he slowed down to catch their breath at last. I'm so sorry. Tony was nonplussed. What? Sorry? Sorry, what are you for? I keep saying how I'm going to help you, but instead I just keep putting you in danger. Actually, no. If you hadn't been with me, I'm sure I'd already be dead. No! Actually, I cut her off before she could finish. Don't go there, please. He sighed, then spoke again more quietly. I just want to help you. Clenching your fist, he looked up at the sky. Tiny sliver of blue was visible through the narrow gap between the buildings. He told me hung ahead. Honestly, I can hardly believe how much you've done for me. I do appreciate it, but still, the lengths you've gone to. She looked at his feet and then drew himself up. Well, I admit it's not just because of some gut instinct or your love for the environment, he said. There's another reason I'm doing this. There is? She paused, searching for the right words. I've got a little sister. Her name's SOOOO. She's cute and smart. Kind of the exact opposite of me, you know? His voice took on an uncharacteristic solemnity. But she's got a weak heart, so she's in hospital. Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but what does that have to do with wanting to help me? Back when SOOOO was first admitted, I'd go and see her every day. But she... Actually, you don't need to come visit me every day, you know? The quiet hospital room made SOOOO's voice sound all the more frail. What are you talking about? She said. You know I'm worried about you. I'll be fine on my own, really. Actually, had heard that line before. The more she insisted she was fine, though, the more reluctant he was to leave her. Besides, I knew the amazing guy who helps hold up Shibuya together. They need you out there. I actually didn't know how to respond to that. Much as it was flattering to think he played some important role, he was really just hanging out and goofing off with his pals. It certainly wasn't anything for his sister to be proud of. I'd rather you spent the energy helping people who need it more than me. What do you mean people need help more? Who could possibly need help right now more than you? She scratched his head in confusion as Sister gave him a weak, tiny smile. You'll figure it out, she said. I'm sure they'll find you soon enough. I'm gonna be here with you. I'll be fine. Suzuna's face was pale, but her tone was firm. My big brother is gonna be out there doing his best to help people. That's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going. Her voice was clear and unwavering, as if to head off his rebuttal. Alright, she said with a reluctant sigh. So then, I guess, I'll just go out there and help people who are in trouble? Satisfied, SOOOO smiled. Thank you. And can you promise me one more thing? Of course. Anything you like. He thumped himself on the chest. If you're going to help someone, make sure you see it all the way through to the end, okay? Okay. No calling it quits partway through, yeah? You got it. I just worry, Sue said. I know you have a tendency to lose interest in things. Look, don't sweat it. I swear I won't give up on this. He stuck out his pinky finger. But I want you to promise me something in return. Promise me you won't let this thing beat you. Luna hooked her little finger around her brother's, her sad smile fragile as glass. And so there you have it, she said. Kind of a rubbish story, I know. Not very funny. So your sister's heart condition, it's pretty bad. Actually nodded. You know, she called me amazing. There's nothing amazing about me. Suzuno, she's the amazing one. She's been in the hospital so long, in so much pain, but she never complains. All I do is hang out and goof off with my friends. He gave a shrug. But I just kept thinking about how happy she'd be if I really did help people. It turned out that finding people in need hadn't been all that simple. The only helpful thing I actually had been able to think of was going around picking up trash. That's why Sun's idiot brother left SOS to be Shibuya's garbage man. Ah! Did your friends know? They told me about your sister? I didn't tell them. I didn't want to pin this all on her for being sick. On her being sick. Ah, I see. It's now her to totally understand what the fight with the local thugs has been about. sound of approaching footsteps jerked them back into the present. Yeah, he's here. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the hallway, raised his gun. There was no time to flee. She quickly stepped in front of Hitomi. If you shoot us here, people are gonna come running, he said. I'm guessing you don't want to get pegged for murder? The assassin didn't flinch. Stay out of my way, Achi. This time there was no doubt. The gunman had spoken Achi's name loud and clear. How do you know who I am? Man stared at him through the sights of his gun. She has to die, Achi. It's for your own good. What does he mean? Tori whispered. Actually, what is he talking about? His mind was whirled. Things were coming at him too fast for him to process. I don't know this guy. Tori, please, you have to believe me. But Tori took a doubtful step away from Achi. The assassin didn't miss his opening. He quickly aimed at her. Cut the crap, man! What do you mean killing her is for my own good? Once she's dead, you'll understand. The gunman's finger tightened on the trigger. Ooh. Interesting. Let me somehow undo that. You know what, I think we have to go. Right, that was I'm pretty certain scaring them off was a bad thing. And the other option leads to the heavy set gun. I don't think I told him to go back to the place, so it's his own bloody fault if he hasn't gone back. Fuck it. Let's head back to now. No, where I wonder though, I don't spot the truck anywhere. Ah, it's only 15 minutes before the shows will start. Better make my way back to the venue, maybe cheer is better. No, she didn't have better luck, she was just messing around. And you're about to get a phone call to say that the cycle man brought her back. A miracle stone. Hurry, put it on before the luck runs out. There we go. Guess it isn't. Okay. Da, da, da. Oh! You found it! Here you go, the crazy dance again. Fucking hell. I hope they pay this guy a lot to do this fucking dance. To be this fucking weird. No way, I remember myself. What? What's your dashi doing? Dunno. I hope he does get her pay. Missed myself before actually stepping out the door. It's here! It's there! It's really there! The cardboard boxes are scattered all around outside. Wait, scattered all around? What happened to them? Oh god. I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this. Apprehension gnaws at me as I open one of the boxes. Yeah. No. My vision dims. The box is full of bottles of burning hammer. All of them smashed to pieces. Was that all the boxes? Damn! It's like no matter what choice we did, it goes bad. Oh, but... Huh. It becomes to be continued, I wonder. See what happens if we actually, instead of that second weird sound. That one. I know the bathroom with this, I'll never be able to concentrate. Just what the heck that sound coming from? He searched his surroundings for a moment and quickly discovered the noise was coming from his own bag. One of the most important tools in the trade, a bug detector. Oh yes, his bug detector. And finding listening devices. This wireless listening devices emit radio signals. Bug detectors are designed to use wide area receivers to reveal their presence. Using the detector to find something in the fashion is known as fox hunting. Oh. It was on and it had picked up a signal. To report it, information was life. That made owning a bug detector a sensible precaution in this line of work. Not really. With the device in hand, Minorkawa casually scanned the area. Eventually, he zeroed in on the signal. He stood up. Everyone, your attention please, he announced. Someone set up a listening device in here. Several cafe patrons turned their heads in disbelief. A woman wreathed in pungent perfume flashed him a disgusted look. Oh, come on, that's ridiculous, she huffed. There's something fishy going on. The only thing fishy right now is you, the woman declared disdainfully. Why don't you get out of here and let everyone enjoy their meal? No, I smell a scoop. You what? You, what's your name? None of your business, that's what. Now, hurry up and stop that awful noise. The other customers were starting to murmur loudly. There's a listening device here, folks, I said. How can that not bother you? Do you know where it could be? Excuse me, could someone please do something about this man? Which was hurried over. Sir, please, you're bothering our customers. There's a listening device in here. That's what people should be bothered by right now. Which took an impressive step back at the words. Listening device? You're the one intruding everyone, the woman shouted. Honestly, could you please stop that racket? It's not me making the racket. It's the bug tracker. Just who the hell do you think you are? Police! Somebody call the police! Man, please calm down, waitress. There are other customers here, and I'll calm down once you get this disrespectful bore out of here. All I'm doing is showing the truth. You can't kick me out for that. It just wavered, clearly intimidated by both of them. You've sure got a lot of nerve, the woman snapped at Minorkawa. Go play detective someplace else. I'm not a detective. I'm a reporter. Really now? By far my least favourite profession. Oh, and why is that? Did someone write a story about you, lady? Got skeletons in your closet? Shut your mouth. How dare you? Yeah, I smell a scoop here, alright, and the smell is coming from you. Oh, stop it with your scoop nonsense already. It's no use trying to hide things from me. You have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, yes I do, lady. Go to hell. After you. Fucking hell. As they shouted over each other, their words blurred together until they were barely words anymore. The onlookers could only hear, could only indistinct meaningless ravings. And still the yelling went on and on and on. Eventually there came the sound of the approaching sirens. But then police cruisers pulled up outside the cafe. That didn't slow either the bickering. Yeah, that was... Okay, that wasn't the correct one. Lost school got drawn into an argument with a stranger, giving no thought to the consequences of my time. 4-star general. Any worry about weird noises can wait right now. Finishing up the article sounds like a better idea. Woman in the hair was 30,000 calories. I still like that sound of the article. Thank you, Promethean, for placing the epic Frozen Vampire. And thank you, Geek, for placing the epic Nightmare Paladin. So you need to get back to the office ASAP. Yeah, that's what I should stay with. Because he shouldn't be out there, and being out there is probably what got him caught in the first place. Just stay in until they finish the articles. Alright. The wristwatch, gritting his teeth. Damn, late already? Yeah, the head of sales demo. The surveillance article wasn't done, but he needed to leave where it was now. The screen, I saw Jackie's name listening incoming. Oh, I see, we did this bit where it just ends up being the person in the cat suit. Huh? What's this? A cat? I mean, there was a person in a cat costume. I thought, since I couldn't see their face, it'd be easy to ask them stuff. Fine, whatever. Now, get back out there and get me some more. Minorkawa stared Jackie towards the passing crowd. What now? Yes, now. You've got no time to waste. The kids are joining him in and pointing there. I'll even stand by and watch for a minute. Now, enough of the excuses and get out of here. Oh, look at this Jackie running through the street. Her anxious demeanour seemed to repel everyone around her. On the rare chance she did manage to flag someone down, the way she stammered through her initial questions made them take right off again. After a minute or two, she shuffled her way back, shoulder slumped. What's with this image? Thank you, Sprocket, for the epic Agent Avocado Archer. See, it's hopeless. Okay, some advice. First off, you aren't approaching the right people. Well, I mean, it's got that right. Some people are clearly in the rush, you know. You're not going to have much luck trying to flag down a businessman who's visibly in a hurry. Now, folks who are waiting on someone, couples, groups, they're going to be less on guard. But I mean, if I do manage to nab someone, how do I keep the conversation going? Jackie asked. That was indeed the tricky part. Whenever I get an answer I'm not expecting, I get all flustered. Jackie, have you ever played tennis? Billy, have you ever seen a grown man naked? As has the line from Airplane. Have you ever seen a grown man stabby someone to death? It's really entertaining, especially if it's done on the street. Oh shit, there's a group up there. Stabby. Ooh! We won even though they were shooting against us. Now, points time. Points time for those in chat. I assume Geek is gonna wanna do it. So let's see. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and random. Geek still gets it. I shouldn't fucking bother, should I? I really shouldn't bother, should I, Geek? I should just give it to you every time. Because what's the point? I'll do this bit first and get back in there before I do a Sandy and not place any units down. I have to keep placing those fucking busters. Thanks for helping out. Oh, thank you for the epic ghost rogue there. Actually, seeing the time, I might as well make this last battle. There we go, last battle. Just so people know it's the last battle. I want to try and have a shower, maybe go to bed a bit earlier. Actually, that's the thing I have to check. Is Sandy playing thingy today? I keep forgetting what my bloody schedule is. Schedule, or whatever the fuck you call it. Today, theme day of Thursday. What? What the fuck is theme day of Thursday? I thought it was going to be Danganronpa. Damn it. I'm disappointed in Sandy now. Disappointed! Oh yeah, she's not here. Damn it. Disappointed. I don't know why I go with that. I just did. Right, anyway, back to VN. Jay, have you ever played tennis? Tennis? Well, yeah, I was in my school's tennis club. She struck me as being more the manga club type, but that was neither here nor there. Okay, that'll make this simpler. What's more fun? Rallying with an opponent or hitting the ball off a wall? Rallying with someone else, of course. No, a game with a hearty nod. And why is that? Because when you hit the ball on the wall, you already know where it's going to come to. Revelation dawns Jackie's face. Oh! It's the same thing with interviews, Minorkawa said. Don't get flustered. Enjoy the rally. But I don't think I'm composed enough to enjoy it. Don't overthink things. Just let yourself enjoy the small talk. Small talk? Oh, I'm sure I'm not any good at that. She was starting to waffle again. Okay, let me ask you this, I said, taking a step closer. Are you happy with your life right now? I'm not happy with my life right now. No, Jackie muttered. She hung her head in dismay. Okay, so start with that, I said. Huh? Jackie blinked a few times. She lifted her head back up. I'm not happy with my life right now. But what about you? Like that? Oh, okay. A sliver of liveliness has crept back into Jackie's voice. Minorkawa jabbed his finger right in her face. Right there, he said. Put on that face when you flag people down. Jackie's smile widened. I'll give it a shot. Thank you so much. Sure thing. Good luck. Jackie strode enthusiastically into the crowd and tried to flag down a Westerner who was walking hurriedly past. Ah. Did you listen to a word I said? Yeah, I felt his short-lived triumph melt away. Am I just going to have to teach her everything again from scratch? Then he paused in surprise. Hold on. Okay, good. Whoa. Jackie had snatched the man by the arm in an attempt to get him to stop. So the gambit worked. Before long, it looked like the two were engaged in some kind of animated conversation. Maybe she would get an interview out of this at all. Heck, the look on her face was actually somewhat confident. Sometimes people could surprise you once you got past their surface issues. Now Minorkawa could head to Burning Hammer sales demo with a little more peace of mind. Speaking of which, crap, what time is it? Apparently I checked his wristwatch. Thinking about this wristwatch, that will tell you how you think about the opposite sex and whatnot. What? How? What? Demo was set to start in less than 5 minutes. Uh-oh, the mini bit is kind of close. Minorkawa sprinted through the intersection, heading for the center guy. Okay, boom! To be continued. So that must be the correct path, so why is that still there? All these paths are correct, but this one... Wait a minute, was there a decision here? Oh, maybe I have to alter the decision here. Another job, but they couldn't just leave him like this. They should probably take him to a hospital. Another job, but they couldn't just leave him like this. They should probably take him to a hospital. You know, offer to carry the bloody youth. Step forward for him. Quickly flash to youth with a badge. Oh crap! You're a cop. You a cop? I nodded. The kids. SOS. Who attacked you? Yo, it ain't like that. What was it like? Infighting? The young man sign must have been on the mark. Yeah, we know, blah blah blah. Same thing happens, okay. So maybe this decision didn't change anything? Yeah, after school special, blah blah blah. Telling about, yeah, about how they were originally beating the shit out of thugs and now they've become thugs. After we left. I guess I'm not Italian. Cycle back. There's some street evangelists. Yeah, you're nothing waiting around. Put it in the mark. I take the one side, you take the other. Seems like this didn't change anything. Like, no matter what the choice is, Sasayama would have just been all like... This is Mr. Toyama. Why the hell is he still here? I told him to go back to his place. Yeah, looks like this is just replaying out that thing. Yep, he made a run for it. Maybe I should stay back and question the person. I don't know. That was a different jump. That was a jump for that. There's no jumps for on Tama's side. No jumps on Osawa's side. Let me just have a look then. Yeah, that's not gonna help. What's the time? 12:40. Oh well, barely any deep in this game at all. Oh, it's 12 something I'm looking at. Safe. Now, please leave alone. Get out of study. Oh, Honor, something I wanted to give you. Didn't need a damn banana. So for the room, he needed to be alone, if only for a few moments. But even if he could somehow shake Kijoa and the other detectives had eyes all over the house, he had reached the limits of his patience. He couldn't even think straight anymore. He entered the back door, trying to avoid the police. Door quietly, he slipped across the yard and out through the back fence. Didn't want to venture too far from the house. He found a tiny yellow alley and took cover there. Thankful for a few moments to himself at least. Right there, he caught sight of a man and a young girl. A father and his daughter? Running past the main road. It was as if they were running for something. Man glanced anxious back over his shoulder and dragged his daughter by the hand. Sarah watched absently as the pair rounded the corner and disappeared. Not long after, a pair of thuggish-looking men, I see, came running around along the same direction. You there, one of them called out, "You see a guy and his daughter around here?" His daughter Hannah. They've come to Shoto while running from loan sharks. Just moments ago, Tanaka was talking on the phone with Minorkawa. It's a jump point. No. Should have come this way. There's a hint of menace in his voice. I feigned ignorance. Didn't think so, no. Come on, let's go, said the old man. Alright, replied the other. Two dashed off in the direction the father and daughter had gone. Sarah took several long, deep breaths. He managed to calm down slightly, but the worry gnawing him inside still lingered. So I groaned inwardly when he got back into his study. "You're still here?" "Yes, sir. I was told to keep my eye on you after all." "Believe me, it shows." "So if you're going to go outside, I'd really appreciate if you let me know first." "What? Did you realise he'd snuck out of the house? But more importantly," he reached back in his suit pocket. "I've been meaning to give this to you." He held out a small plastic bag. Inside there's got paper of some sort. "What's that?" he asked. "Oh, called the toilet, sir." Huh. Oh yeah, we know, Wait, how did I've forgotten how to do that thing now. That's the button. Let's see, select, huh. Yeah, so I kind of need that. Could someone have overwritten the fingerprint authentication program? Maybe it was behind the secret trials had reprogrammed the entry criteria while Asara was overseas. That would allow them to gain access to the storage facility without Asara being there. But that would only be possible if they had Tanaka's cooperation. Why would Asara shared this conjecture? "Sir," he asked, "you don't think I was fathers, do you?" "Of course not. I was merely suggesting the possibility." "The possibility is zero," Tanaka said. "Any changes to that system requires consent from the board. Including your own personal approval, sir." Yes, you're right, of course." So I didn't mean by imply anything, so I went apologetically, and then the door opens and the guy says, yeah, I, fucked shit up." Alright, do as you wish. So I close his eyes. "Are you sure you're ready for this?" "I'm not sure. This is all happening pretty fast, to be honest. I'm rather nervous." I said, "So, I mean, now that I think about it, we do spend a little day in day on the lab together. Suppose this means it's bound to happen sooner or later. So, could you please open your eyes?" I'd like you to look at this. You'll have to forgive me. This is all a bit sudden. Please, sir, take a look at it. I can't. This is the two of us. It's probably going to shock you, I know. But please, just look. Is it really that shocking? Oh, yes, very. Please open your eyes. Okay. No, I can't. Sir, trust me, this isn't easy for me either. Fucking hell. Yeah, take a look at this. When focus on the phone, he could have never anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen, which was the email from the Tomy, da-da-da. Please give the email a secret. Where's right? So I'm shaking. Sneaking out from the time chart. I understand how the party decided to help them evade their pursuers. What? That's not on there. Maybe it's because of the choices I've done. I got you. Yeah, I know. Search the cardboard box, make a run for it. Tips man who's a hoodlum. Sour, plunger, alright, do as you wish. Achi, da-da-da. Jump from her father. Da-da-da. Got to leave the story. Leave the study. 12:15. That's the bad ending. Okay, determine the charm chart. They couldn't just leave them there. They were in the middle of the job. They should call Juvenile Affairs, which is bad. Go to the precinct. Okay. this. And the suspicious animal in the time chart. She can't move on in this case, can she? Wrapping up with awaiting the time charts. Jump on the person in the cat costumes. Sneaking out of the time chart. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is that thing that says, just finish the article, determine the time. They couldn't. Juvenile Affairs. I don't want the bad endings, I want the bloody... Damn it, this isn't what I asked for when I asked for a walkthrough. Really kind of not to see on the others. Then I started to miss some characters being a key. That doesn't seem to solve anything. work. I still get the Kano band ending. Oh! What the fuck? It already had the end state when it was... It already had the state. That was it. It already had the end of the state when I had the other option, which was the fucking... Just keep your head down and stay where you are now. Stay out of trouble. Sorry, but what am I supposed to do? Find some place. Alright, weekly. Now a deep sigh. I'm still getting the same fucking situation. Oh, I see. We have to come back to Asawa. Because things have changed with him. Right. That's always a tricky thing. Sometimes to be continued is actually wrong. Slipped across the yard, through the back fence. Go on the venture too far. Going as far as the door, running past the main road. This is him running from something. The man flashed a look back over his shoulder and saw door by hand, they crouched behind some bushes, hiding. As he looked around, wild-eyed, he spotted Asawa watching him from the alleyway. Help me, please. These guys catch me. Oh, I only got a look at Asawa's face. But you're... Huh? Well, he recognised as fugitive too, though he couldn't remember from where. There are some real nasty guys after us, the man said. I know I have no right to ask you this, but please, at least help me keep my daughter safe. Probably you should go to the police if... No, they won't be able to help me with this. Please, I'm begging you, help me. I'm sorry, but... Please, if not for me, then at least help my daughter, the man pleaded. Down daughter. Unlike her father, she was calm and reserved. She reminded him of Maria, just a little. So he could just stand idly by and decided to help them out evade the pursuers. Decided to help them evade their pursuers. Right, follow me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Led the two back of this house into the storage shed at the back. Look at that. That scene is like from a horror film. You can lay there in a while if you like that, he said. The shed was fairly large. There was plenty of space for the man and his daughter. So sorry, the man said. I'm not sure how I could possibly thank you. Don't worry, Sarah closed the shed door and headed back to take a look around. I still remember, no doubt these were the men. You see these people around? Which way they go? That way. Sweet, yo, got him. Bear sped off. So I waited until they were fully out of sight and he called out the shed. Alright, they're gone. Door stayed closed, however. When he saw the man called back outside, those guys might come back this way. Is it okay to hide out here for a little while longer? It sounded desperate. Pitiful, really. Sure, go ahead, Asawa said. Then he heads back inside. Evidently, he just wasn't going to get any time alone today, no matter where he went. That's the sour. You're still here? Yeah, see, everything else was the same, which is why I had that to be continued. Right, here we go. Now, pincer attack. And then I'll get the last stabby done, and then I'll raid into someone. Two detectives took up the plaza, opposite positions of the plaza. Tanaka with Sasayama on his cell phone. You ready? Yes, just good word. There were only two non-Japanese people in the nearby crowd. Both were eyeing their surroundings anxiously. Tanaka was certain the handoff was about to take place. And sure enough... What the hell? The second man approached the one holding the attaché case. Exchanging a scant handful of words, he took the case and walked off. Sasayama? I'll handle the guy with the case. Got it. Sasayama broke into a run, chasing after the man who'd taken the ransom. Kano hung up the phone and rushed to close the distance with the other man. Tackle! You there, stop where you are! The suspect turned and Kano recognized his face. He was indeed a member of the foreign crime syndicate that operated in Shibuya. Is the hostage safe? Commander demanded. The man's only response was an unsettling grin. Answer me! But though he repeated the question, the man remained silent. Took out his phone and checked. No. Take out the handcuffs and reach the suspect's wrist. Equipment used with police officers to shackle suspects. In Japan, the belt that makes up part of the officer's duty uniform has a storage pouch with a pair of handcuffs. Oh, okay, cool. Man pulled a knife from his breast pocket and swung it right at Kano's face. They managed to jerk away in time, but his momentum carried him too far backward, and he sprawled onto the pavement. Damn! Says it was already making a run for it. Suddenly, a large car, the foreign make, skidded to a halt, blocking the man's escape route. The tall Caucasian man jumped out. He wore sunglasses and a crisp suit. Now cornered, the fleeing suspect brandished his knife. Be careful! But Kano didn't even get time to finish shouting his warning. There was a metallic pwing and the knife went flying through the air. The man in sunglasses had snapped his right foot up, sending the weapon flying. The detective's jaw dropped in astonishment. The newcomer proceeded to elbow him right in the face. Bloke predicted the suspect went down hard. Ow! The fallen man had turned his head to look at Tano. His mouth moved as if he was attempting to say something. He never got it out. The man, the sunglasses, kicked him in the face. With a groan, the pup slumped down unconscious. Hey, cousin, what the hell are you doing? He stormed over to the man with the sunglasses. Mr. Anderson! The man nonchalantly dusted off his suit, and they were ordered to watch and see where these guys went, right? He spoke fluent Japanese. When a Japanese person who has never been in a situation where you suddenly had to speak to a foreigner, you haven't used English in ages, your tension grows, that you think back to English class in the school, but nothing you remember is helpful. You muster up the courage to choke out stammering, do you. The foreigner responds fluently in your own language. Nihiko de daijobu desu. It's alright, I speak Japanese. What happened to that Japanese sense of honour I've heard so much about? Who are you? I'm from the US Embassy's Regional Security Office. An embassy is where the ambassadors of the foreign country lodge and conduct much of their official diplomatic business. Under international law, ambassadors are guaranteed diplomatic immunity, and the embassy grounds are considered territory of the home nation. The US Embassy's Regional Security Office is responsible for the security of American diplomatic facilities and personnel, and provides American citizens in Japan with information on public order. It is located in Akasaka in the Minato ward of Tokyo Metropolis. He presented Kano's ID. Jack Stanley! Oh god, that's a bloody Secret Service sounding name, isn't it? Jack Stanley. His title was listed as Security Assistance Officer. Kano glanced at the car he'd showed up in. The license plate was blue, with white lettering. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs? But the Ministry wouldn't just send some diplomat to intervene in a police investigation. Kano pulled his phone out of his pocket. Sasayama's name was on display across the LCD screen. How are things on your end, Kano? I have a suspect in custody. How about you? Sasayama hesitated. He got away from me. What about the attaché case? I'm sorry, but he's still got to be around here somewhere. I'm going to look around for some more. Sasayama, hang up. Oh, shit. What's your name, Detective? Jack Stanley asked as Kano was processing this new information. Kano from Shibuya District Precinct. Alright, Kano, I'm going to need you to follow my instructions for the next while. What is that? Instead of answering, Stanley took out his cell phone and made a quick call. At a few moments, he held the phone out for Kano. Here, permission from your boss, he said. What? Kano squawked. He took the phone gingerly, braced himself. Kano speaking. You imbecile! What the hell are you thinking? It was accused of him, he was furious. Understandably so, really. Kano had disobeyed direct order, and for what? All he had accomplished was losing track of the attaché case. I'm sorry, sir. You really think sorry is going to cut it? You're off the force, Kano. Kano slumped defeated. He had no reply. He knew he deserved whatever punishment he got. Still, orders from up top didn't trump the hostage's safety. If he could have gone back and done it all again, he sure would make the same call. Maybe that meant he wasn't detective material, but so be it. That's what I want to tell you, Chris continued. But for now, I need you to follow the instructions of the guy here, Stanley. Do whatever he tells you. Sir? Kano hadn't seen that one coming. He disobeyed orders, that was undeniable. And yes, he knew he deserved a reprimand. But being ordered to tag along with some stranger who just turned up out of the blue? What the heck? Or what the heck, even? May I ask why the US Embassy is involved with this? No more questions, Kano. Step in line. Please, just hold on, sir. I have no idea what's going on here. He was loud and exasperated sigh. That makes two of us, kid. And with that, the director hung up. Ooh. Sounds like even Kuz didn't have the whole story here, which meant that the orders were coming from someplace higher. Foreign syndicate moving the ransom around the US Embassy? Around the US Embassy? Whatever was going on, it was more than just a local kidnapping case, and Kano was deep in the middle of it. He handed the phone back to Stanley. The two detectives from the MPD arrived at the scene. Stanley handed over the fallen criminal to them. You're chasing a bum lead, you know, Stanley says. He was watching them carry the man away. What do you mean? Kano asked. I mean, this kidnapping isn't about the money. My priority is the girl's safety. Right, now your priority is doing what I tell you to do. Kano gave him a scowl, but Stanley ignored it. That man we just arrested, he asked. He tell you anything? No, nothing, Kano said. Really now? Ultra's emotion drained from Stanley's eyes. His gaze pierced Kano like icy daggers. It had a glimmer of something dangerous. Something Kano had seen plenty of times since he joined the force. He wasn't looking into the eyes of some diplomatic liaison. No. This was a man who knew how to kill, who'd killed people before. With some of it, Kano managed to regather his sense of professionalism. He didn't tell me anything, he repeated. I just know that he's a member of some foreign crime syndicate that works out of Shibuya. I probably know some of their hangouts. Show me, saying so cool as an automaton. We'll take my car. Arrow wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his brow as they headed for the vehicle. He was just sliding into the passenger seat when Kuzu radioed over the wireless. Okay, folks, listen up. Childish tone was back in his voice full force. Kano stepped on the reflex. He knew what that meant. So, he told me Asara was, gone missing. What? Kano couldn't believe his ears. Wasn't Tateno supposed to be protecting her right now? Also, Detector Tanaka hasn't evaded it either. And, like, we can't reach him from our end either. No way, Kano blurted out. It can't be. So, yeah, because it continued. He might have gotten caught up in this incident too. Wasn't like a detective of terror such as to go in Kumaro during an investigation. It could only mean something had happened to him. Something major. And boom! To be continued. Fucking hell. Three hours and we just managed to finish 1 hour block. Jesus. There we go, preview for next time. I'll do anything, whatever it took. That was sarcasm, wasn't it? Time's up. I'll pay you double what it'll be worth. Any evidence has been covered up. Dude. I like that achievement there. Who can you trust? Good question. He auto-saves, so I'm fine. Right, let's find someone to raid, shall we? And there's not many people here at the moment. Oh yeah, first we'll have to battle, of course. Do the battle first. Oh fuck! Drop the goddamn thing again. Boom. Love that character there, Sprocket. I've got one as well. Very awesome. Dabby stab, dab dab dab. Dabby stab, dabby stab. Why the hell is they just standing that? Not very smart, are they? Ooh, level 30, very nice. There we go. Boom. And Sprocket, you get the top win there. Whew. Right, and yes, like I said, we'll find someone to raid. I don't know who, but we will find someone. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I didn't even fit into Von the Pharaoh. Or maybe we have. I can't really remember, to be honest. I'm pretty bad with my memories. I'll put that on the silence before I, Yeah, I probably should get a new mouse sometime. I mean, it seems like it was far... It's changing my motherboard that did this. So I don't understand it. On the Pharaoh, right. Yeah, spelling incorrect. I knew it would. I used to be really good at spelling Egyptian things. Because I was really into Egyptian stuff. Anyway, let's try it again. There we go. Let's get that raid sorted. Now after this, I'll also save this as a little highlight to say hi to Ron. Alright, let's go.
explain it too, huh? Okay, alright. And I get you, man, yeah, because sometimes, man, some adventures are bullshit money stuff, man. Like this right up. You shit your guts out pretty much. Work-life balance, manager, employees get to have dinner with their family every night. It's too much balance. You feel me, right? But we sitting there fucking complaining, though, man. That's the shit I don't want. Oh, nunchuck. What about it? What about it? How many Pharaoh, find a Pharaoh, baby, treasure like Tucky Hami? If I spelled that right. Look, we'll say that you spelled it right. How you doing, though? How's your dream? Actually, me. Damn. Song of Victory make you that man, huh? Well, once you get the big stage, it kind of be like that. Big Lo's fucking song. Let's be honest. They're not the best. Okay, here we go. Ooh. You practice those. More or less. More or less. If it, how you doing, man? Lots of fossils in here. Oh, no, we owe this shit. That's we're fucking like I said, I don't like to say the term old. I'm more into, feel me? Like Laurie salt season, that's what I am. Doing good while this game's laughing past. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, I actually never beat this game on Steam before, but like I've played Sonic Adventure 2 several times. You gonna make Sonic Adventure 2 to 3? Honestly, I don't think so. Cause going second nowadays, though, man. Like Sonic games, it's time for going to boost formulas and like actually adventure formulas. I don't think it's gonna happen. I would like it to happen, but you know. Really, same here. Same here. I'm playing DX version on GameCube or Steam, you know. Everyone's accommodations you're not gonna say, yeah, you know. I hate the fact people say if you don't want to work a bullshit job, you're lazy. That's not what it is. Like, I know some hardworking folks out there, man. It's just they just know what they're about. They want to have work, man, that actually showcase their talents. Yeah, not bad. They would actually want to do something that actually really fulfilling, meaningful. A lot of us actually do want jobs like that, you know. A lot of folks getting official so maybe one day I'll get to doing stuff. Now, like I said before, I'm not playing all six characters on screen, but I do want to beat this game in full, to be honest. So I might do like Amy and Big off screen levels. But yeah. This is my house. Oh, fuck this boss. Christ. By the way, I don't know if your voice is low, the game's quite loud. How about now? Hold on, give me a second. This one thing I kind of noticed though, man, like a lot of games though, man, you gotta change the audio like that. How about now? Fuck this boss, man. This boss sucks. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. That model. You feel me, right? Get a load of this. I'm doing work just talking and hanging out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Have you tried dubbing?
Get a load of this. That's where get a load of this comes from. Yeah, exactly.
OBS automatic industrial audio volume by Detector. Mike, I didn't mean to count.
That whole thing of like, oh, don't worry about me.
Never heard that before.
Look at this, Sonic.
It's no use. Give up. And I never heard that before.
See if you can make it through here.
Look at all these explosive weak points. Come and get me. Why would you design something like that? Only in a Sonic game, you know? Or even a Mario game. But anyway.
One guy so obsessed with trying to kill a fucking hedgehog.
It's no use. Give up.
Come on, bitch. See, this is because once you get like round right here, it gets really hard. You know, there's no use letting him walk on his own so Silver can run. True. Hedgehog kills his parents. The pig on top of the turn is blue.
No use. Give up.
Ain't it?
There you go. I've got a whole backstory there for Robotnik. Right, let's stop this.